There we go. Hello, CFA Nation. Gabe. Super excited right now. Getting ready to check out this third match. That's right, third match for the Major League Cricket season. Yesterday, I live streamed the first match between, of course, the champions. No, I'm joking. Well, IPL champions, CSK, but TSK. I said that a couple times on the stream yesterday. It was so funny. I can't. It's gonna take me a minute before I get that right. And even KKR, which is obviously Kolkata Knight Riders, the IPL team owned by the same owner as well, Simon Khan. It's yeah, Texas Super Giants. It's actually Texas Super Kings, but it was LA. It's LAKR. So no, LA. Yeah, LAKR. So Los Angeles Knight Riders. With that being said, super excited. Nick and I are super excited for this MLC season. What up, Thunder Hayes? What's good? And some exciting games. Today's game a lot closer than yesterday's game. San Francisco Unicorns won by 22 runs. I was not able to stream that game because I was still at school at the time it started. But as you can see, I'm supporting that San Francisco because my wife's a 49ers fan and she's like, oh, San Francisco got a team? Cool. And as I mentioned yesterday, the wife's going to be taking a trip with me out to the finals. That's right. Major League Cricket finals. We're excited to check that out. Hooked up with Nate on the phone already. Got my reservations, got my tickets. We're good to go. Right now, it's early in this season, I should say. And it looks like another good another good crowd. It looks like another good crowd. Guys, it's really important. And I was telling Nick, I was so happy that uh, you got such big names that came to the IPL because that's the best way. That was going to be the way that it was going to be really pushed and promoted. Um, 13 in the chat already. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. But guys, bringing those guys over are so huge because like any other sport, people are bandwagon fans and they go, oh, who are the superstars? They're going to gravitate to those people and, go back, watch old footage of them. So having those big names are really going to help the game, in my opinion. With that being said, we got Seattle Orcas here in Washington Freedom. Seattle Orcas have opted to bowl. And we got some new teams here. Let's get in the chat. What's up, Saganesian? What's good? Will you ever go watch a match? I am, whatever. I mentioned it yesterday. I will definitely be going to watch a match. The afternoon game, San Francisco Unicorn versus Mumbai, New York, was amazing. I heard it was good. Was not able to watch it, unfortunately. Was good, Renil. Which player performed well today? You know what? I remember I looked at the stat box just really, really briefly for that game. I was so depressed with that West Indies versus India score. 1 inning. Are you kidding me? In any event, it looks like is it Corey Anderson was player of the match? Looks like they got Corey Anderson as player of the match. So that's pretty good right there. Some good stuff. My bad. Did not realize the sound was off. You got to be kidding me. Don't even know what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I was giving you guys the box scores. That's what I was doing. How low was the sound off? What's the last thing you guys heard? You got to be kidding me. I was having sound issues yesterday, man. I'm not sure what's wrong with this thing. I might just have to go with the internal mic because this thing is not working. Keeps cutting in and out. Look at Grenell laughing. You know when Nick's not here, that's what happens. 2-3 minutes, very long, something Wendy's, and you're off. I was talking about the deal how India beat the West Indies. I was so mad. 1 innings, 4 something. They put up what? India 420 something. And both innings, West Indies got bowled out 130, 150. Oh, that's frustrating. Then I was just going through the lineups. Somebody asked about the first team. They mentioned the first game, and it was basically CJ Anderson, 91, not out, who carried that game and helped San Francisco win that game. But super excited to jump into this one. They got some big names. Player of the match. Why was he not named player of the match? Shahab Khan, because you got 91 out of CJ Anderson. That was huge. But I'll tell you right now, it was a super close game, and I hope this game is as good. I tell you what, yesterday's game, I was nervous at first, and then I had to cut out after the first inning to go to my son's game. But I was nervous because it was like you don't know how the grounds are going to play. Obviously, it was more than enough. Yeah, LAKR, I think, also did not play up to their potential. Honestly, they should not have been blown out that way. There's some good players on that team. With that being said, batting collapses happen. What they lose? LAKR lost 2 wickets in the first 4 balls or 2 balls, something like that. So it was unfortunate, but it is what it is. The first game today was a lot more competitive, and I can tell you this kind of thing happens in the IPL all the time and in the BBL. One of the things I had to tell the wife, she was like, "Oh, well, that was kind of let down, babe. It was a letdown because you got 2 really good teams, but in my opinion, the superior team out there was Texas Super King. I keep wanting to say CSK, right? The Chennai Super Kings. With that being said, you'll see batting collapses all the time in cricket, and it happens, man. It happens. Barbara Azam is a goat. Barbara Azam is a goat. Is it first innings? They're still waiting to play right now. They're going through the introductions of the players and stuff like that. The channel, will you be any T20 World Cup games in 2024? Alex, that is the plan. That is the plan for CFA to attend some T20 World Cup games because it's here, right? So the 2 games that we really wanted to attend live again, we wanted to attend as much as this tournament is possible. And to be honest, I want to try and make the entire playoffs. I just can't with my work schedule or whatnot. But definitely for the 2024 World Cup, I'll be making more than just 1 game or more than just a championship game. But luckily, sorry about that, guys. I've been able to secure my tickets already. That's how excited I am for the championship game, and the missus and I will be attending. Hopefully it's CSK. But whoever it is, I'm sure it's going to be good, and they'll put on a good product. Will there be cricket in America in the next 10 years? Whatever. Same thing was said about will there be MLS in America in the next 10 years? When MLS first came over. And then, they had bought over David Beckham. Everybody's like, oh, it's a gimmick, blah, 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 blah. That league won't last. MLS just got messy. Just saying. You know what I mean, guys? Like, look, here's the reality about it. They're going to put money behind it. And again, Americans are really, a diverse bunch, a very diverse group of people. And you've got people from all over, from Asia, right? You got, I got a lot of friends that are from India, and other parts of the subcontinent there. You also got a lot of Europeans out here. My son's ex-baseball coach, PJ Bevis, was an Australian baseball player, right? He used to play for the Mets, actually. He played on the Australian national team. There's a lot of Australians out here. So there's that built-in audience, right? Core audience already for cricket, all the people from overseas. And then Americans will embrace any game that brings excitement because, listen, a lot of Americans just want that entertainment. They love sporting events and they'll get behind it. I do think that it'll be around in 10 years. No, Nick's not going to be able to make it. Nick's a grade level chair and he cannot take off that week. Bottom line is I'm already prepared if I don't make it back, because flights get canceled all the time. I don't know if it's like that all around, but under a daily basis, if flights get pushed back, flights get canceled, and I'm already planning not even coming back because the game starts at 7:30 Texas time, which doesn't end until probably 11:30, 12. The last flight out is around that time. No way you can make it, so you got to catch the next flight the next day. So the wife and I are actually going to stay overnight over there, and he's got to be back by Monday because he's grade level chair at our school. That's like the first week of school. Is he going to play the game? I don't know what game you're talking about. Some interviews in the crowd right now. Oh, Renell, flights get canceled all the time. Me and Savannah already have backup flights in case our first flight doesn't leave. We're leaving Texas at like 4 o'clock, and there's 2 other flights in the same airline afterwards, just in case. Just in case the first ones get canceled. It's just, man, it's a problem. It is what it is. What's up, Don Antonio? What's up, Don Antonio? Who else is here in the chat? Atosh. Who else is on here? Renell, Alex. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm super excited. Listen, it'll be. I've already tried to procure tickets for MLS for Messi's first game. Guys, they're like $500. People losing their minds. The championship game for cricket, for the seats that I got, Savannah and I, pretty good seats, weren't not even a fifth of that. You know what I mean? I'm like, are you kidding me? But that's that's where I hope cricket gets to in 10 years. The way MLS is now, where it's huge, big players are coming over, and tickets it's broadcasted on all the major stations, and there's a whole bunch of teams. Like, it had started off just like Major League Cricket. It was only 4 or 5, I think it was 6 teams originally or something like that, 8 team, and now it's just huge. Saw they were going off, and on Twitter, Messi was in some supermarket in America. Yeah, he's out in Miami. He's in Florida, man. It's crazy. And he's going to be coming to play in LA, and that's where we're going to go watch him play, because the home openers is too expensive. It's ridiculous. $500. I'd be down $1,000 just for the tickets. Then we got to fly out to Miami, which is in Florida, to go watch him play, get a room, all that garbage. And then on top of that, it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's also a late game, and it's like on a Friday, so I'd have to miss school. It's just too many variables. So I'm just gonna catch him out here in LA. That's a 4-hour drive, a lot easier. So they finally announced the starting lineup. The Orcas got Quentin the Cock, Anwar, Hitmeyer batting 3. Oh, Hitmeyer. Who else is in there? Clausen, Wasim, Josiah, Ranjay, Gannon, Parnell, the captain, Harmit Singh, and Andrew Tai, the Brit. Then we got Matthew Short, Ahmed, Ghost, Enriquez. He can bang. Pinar, I have no idea who that is. Marco Jensen, seen him play plenty of times. Glenn Phillips, same thing. Dane Pitt, have not seen him play. Oh, Norkia. I've seen Norkia play just about everywhere, man. The guy is an absolute savage taking scalps. Oh, my. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who's better, him or Rabada. Oh, and I missed the end of that lineup. My apologies. uh, who is it? Oh, nothing but Carl. He plays for Team USA, and Akil Hussein, who is a West Indian player. But they're on the field. They're getting ready to play. Super excited. Local time here anyway is like 5:30. That's what I'm saying. Look, the game was supposed to start about they're on American time, which means late. But the game was supposed to start at 5:30. It's like 5:40 right now. So the championship game is scheduled for 7:30. I'd say they probably don't get step on the field till about 8 o'clock. So I'm like, man, there's no way I'm flying in the same day. So I just said I'm flying the next day just to make sure I can catch the whole game, the activities. I want to see them raise that trophy. It's a beautiful trophy. So you want to be there for that. The Las Vegas Golden Knights just won the Stanley Cup championship game. My brother-in-law was at the game. I was at my daughter's dance performance. I wasn't able to go, but had the parade the very next week, and we had the trophy go up and down the strip. People were out there going crazy. So it's a part of history. It's a part of history, and you always want to take advantage of those things. Look at Renil. Kirsten Hitmeyer. Oh, Renil. Easy. Who do you support from the T20 Blast in the UK? Are you talking about the 100 or the T20 Blast? I'm not familiar with that tournament. Elaborate. Or is that just another T20 tournament that with all international teams? Please elaborate. Renil says, no worries, I'm cool. Don't want to even see him, but he's there. That's funny. Ramesh says, how did you come to know about cricket the first time? Watch your third test review, Ashes review. Thank you for that. Was an odyssey. You love the game, and I forgot the name. Remember the name. So, long story short, during COVID, Nick and I, my partner on the channel, we are both educators. He's actually my mentor as a teacher. We've been teaching together for close to a decade now, actually. In any event, he had started this project called Born Reviews, where he was reviewing a whole bunch of films and stuff like that. His pet project, because he saw these other guys reviewing films, American films, that he just disagreed with their opinion. Like, oh, this was good, this was bad. So he wanted to get his own opinion out there. Nick's one of those people where he just goes for it. I mean, he's written his own book. He's very, very passionate about things. In any event, he invited me on the channel, and we started reviewing movies. And then one day, somebody asked us to review an Indian film. Now, I'm from the Caribbean, so I've also seen a lot of Latin American films. My mom only speaks Spanish, so I'm already not versed, but I uh, I had seen international films before, so I was like, cool, let's do it. So we watched the Indian film that grew the channel. It exploded. A lot of people were watching it. Next thing you know, somebody mentioned cricket. If we would like review cricket, like, all right, cool. So we reviewed cricket. I had heard the term cricket, never actually watched the game because I'm from the part of Caribbean where they play baseball, not cricket. And to make a long story short, we started comparing it to baseball, and people lost their minds. And we both have very strong argumentative personalities, like absolutely. So we were like watching it just to make the comparisons. Started enjoying the game, and that actually spun off to this channel, CFA, Cricket for Americans, because we were doing so much cricket content on the other channel, where it was more about films and music on the other channel. And we ended up falling in love with the game during COVID. Cricket was one of the very first games that came back, right, internationally, because everything was shut down and we were out of work, and we got to stream a whole bunch of games. Oh, and down goes short. Down goes short, bowled out. Oh my. And his wicket taken in 4 for 1. Oh my. You can't make it up. What a bad start. Was that an inseamer? Did it cut in? Yup, cut in right under his bat, and he gets bowled out. Wow. What a good ball. And I mean, guys, it was like that with the game yesterday. There was a very early wicket in that game against I keep wanting to say CSK. I'm just going to say Texas Super Kings, but then they settled down. And then on the other side, there were two early wickets, of course, with LAKR, and then the wheels fell off for them. But a lot of excitement. Mahatra is actually a USA player. Nick and I saw him play live in Florida. In Florida, Team USA had hosted Ireland, and Ireland came in, and Team USA beat them. It was a T20 and ODI series, so it was pretty cool match. It was our very first cricket match we've ever watched live in person. That was super cool. It was a fun experience for us. But yeah. Anyway, during COVID, cricket came back on, and we watched West Indies play England. Of course, me being from the Caribbean, I went with West Indies. Nick took oh no, that's Mokhtar. I thought that was Mahatra. Nick went with England, and that's pretty much the story. And immediately comes in and gets off. But man, anyway, let me get you back in the chat. What part of West Indies am I from? I'm actually from the Caribbean. I'm from Dominican Republic. Yes, Spanish-speaking countries play baseball. English-speaking countries play cricket. Yeah, Renelle. Yeah, she's from the cricket playing nations. That's my homegirl. So yeah, they can play 6 overseas players, I think it is. Ooh, digs out the Yorker there. Does a good job to dig out the Yorker there. And it's 5 for 1 loss. 5 for 1 loss. And man, he's actually that was just that wasn't even really a Yorker. It was just cutting back in on him. More of an inseamer. But yeah, did I mention that? Yeah, I'm from the Dominican Republic. Renil said, I promised myself I wouldn't talk about him, so I'll behave myself. Tell me to chill. You're good, girl. You're CFA royalty. You can say whatever you want. Listen, we all have those players that drive us crazy. And sometimes they'll perform, but for the most times, it's like, come on, guys, what are you doing? Boomer, what up, Boom? See you in the chat. There's a boundary. There's a boundary. Mukhtar with that. What's that? Not so much a cover drive, but pushes that away for 4, and it's now 9 for 1 loss. Everyone can say whatever they want to say, CFA but Hetmeyer. You know what? I didn't realize that, but you're right. It could be pronounced Laker. LAKR could be pronounced Laker, which Los Angeles Lakers are the basketball team out there. But they had a bad showing yesterday. They'll bounce back. There's some good players there as well. I have the Welsh Fire finished in the men's 100 competition last season. I'll definitely have to take it out. Oh, little misfield there. One of the things I noticed yesterday was how big the grounds were. Man, on more than one occasion, they were able to run for 3. So I'm like, oh, that's absolutely crazy. Beautiful stadium. Beautiful stadium. Looks like a pretty nice, decent sized crowd as well. And it's Grand Prairie Stadium in Dallas. I was interested to see, my only concern was that all these games were going to be played on two sides, right? And on two sites, I should say, North Carolina and in Dallas. And as we all know, those of you that followed the IPL during COVID, when they had like the lockdown and they had only like a few sites where they were playing at, was it the UAE? Like towards the end of the tournament, man, those pitches were destroyed. So that was the only concern I had for the tournament, to see if that was going to be an issue. So far, the grounds seem to be holding up nicely, but it is only game three. And there goes another boundary by Gannon. And again, pushes it out towards not necessarily a cover drive, but was that offside, onside? Those terminologies are still 3 years in, still get me. Yeah, it was a great turnout yesterday, man. A whole bunch of people out there. I'm super excited to see how the rest of the season goes. You know, I hate to say it, but honestly, you almost want the big teams in the big areas. And hear me out here, guys. Hear me out. Um, Ooh, is that LBW? Oh, Given. Now he defended that by just sticking his knee out there and thinking to himself, that's got to be pitching outside leg, or either is he walking? No, they challenged it, right? Oh no! What was he thinking? What was he thinking? So he goes and sticks his knee out, to try to. I'm assuming he was thinking it was pitching outside leg, or interesting. But it's given, and there's no challenge there. That is so interesting. If you were that confident that that's how you defended that, then why did you just walk right now? Parnell bowled out LBW. Parnell bowled Mukhtar out LBW, and he is gone. 2 wickets down, and we are in the power play, guys. You know, we're in the third over right now. Very first ball of the third ball over. Oh man. So it's pitching in line. So did you guys see how he defended that? I'm wondering why. What's up? Boom. Yep, Renell. You know what Nick loves to say? You definitely don't want to give up 2 wickets in the power play. Oh my. You got Glenn Phillips right now, and I'll tell you right now, Washington Freedom in a little bit of trouble. It reminds me of the start that LAKR had yesterday. There's a wide, and LAKR, I want to say at one point it was 2 for 2. So, see, he should have challenged it because it was missing the wickets. I don't understand why he defended that way and then just walked. What quote, Renil? She said you need to put that on the shirt. Which one? Should have been reviewed. Exactly. Whoa! What just happened? That's a wide for 5. Oh my. A wide goes all the way back to the boundary. And just like that, an innings, or I should say, an over that was going so well. So it was definitely a wide, and then the wicketkeeper just couldn't get to it, and it rolls all the way back to the boundary. But yeah, it should have been reviewed. I don't understand why he did that. Oh, don't want to lose 2 wickets in the power play on his shirt. I love it. Nick and I might have to get those. We don't want to lose 2 wickets in the power play. Oh man. Oh man. And there's a dot ball. There's a dot ball. So it's crazy because he gets Ahmed out LBW, then it's a wide, right? And it goes all the way to the boundary, so it's 5 runs on it. So 5 wides, wide for 5, whatever. Then it's a dot ball, another dot ball. Like he would, and that got destroyed for 6. I was about to say he's bowling well, but that absolutely got destroyed. Oh my! Glenn Phillips pumps him for 6. You can put that on the board. Oh, that was oof. He did that with bad intentions. And this over has single-handedly brought Washington back because they were in a bad way. Not as bad as LAKR was yesterday. I think LAKR was 2 for 2 at one point yesterday, but they were 11 for 2 just a few minutes ago, and now it's 28 for 2. Obviously helped by the 6 and the 5 wides, but let's see if Glenn Phillips can do some more damage here. Dot ball. Okay. Get back in the chat, see what you guys are saying. Was that Quentin the Cock keeping? I think so. Is it Quentin the Cock? He's the captain, so I'm pretty sure he's keeping. But yeah, it was not the best effort, but I still don't think he could have gotten to it, guys. It was ridiculously wide. Like, not only did it go outside the line, but then when it goes, oh, nicely done. Glenn Phillips puts it, then it's just a little tap, gives it a little tap, guides it on the offside for 4. Is that square leg over there? And what an over. Oh, what an over. This one over just made this game once again very manageable for Washington, and they end up getting 16 runs off the over. Sad part is, again, there was a 6 obviously in the 4 there, but there was just 6 runs. Just actually what? 2 wides or 3? No, just the 5 wide and then the other wide. So 6 runs given away on wides, and extras absolutely drive me crazy. Let me know in the chat. When your team is bowling, do extras drive you crazy? I mean, honestly, it drives me crazier than anything. You're just giving up free runs, man. That just drives me crazy. Why is Parnell captaining? That's a good question. Damien says, yeah, okay. No balls are the worst. Yeah, no balls drive me crazy as well. But I mean, it's like, come on, guys. Now, another question in the chat. I said something yesterday and then I went back and watched the review. I'm right. If you guys go back to that Ali Khan, and I'm not saying this because TSK, and I'm a homer, I'm rooting for TSK, but Ali Khan got that first wicket with that full toss. It was waist high. It was waist high, so it should have been a no ball, right? Go back and see if you guys can see that on the review, and let me know in the chat, or if you saw it live, did that not look like it was waist high, guys? It was above his waist. That should have been a no ball. Let me know in the chat if you saw that yesterday. That one yesterday didn't look like a no ball to you, Renil? Okay, I mean, maybe I got that wrong. I trust your judgment. As a bowler, extras are embarrassing. You know what? That's a really good question. I don't think they have Hawkeye at the venue. You're absolutely right. Now there was a review taken, and they had obviously they've got the LBW technology, which is good. I hate, what league is it? It's not the CPL. There's a league out there that doesn't have it, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And honestly, when Team USA played Ireland, they didn't have the reviews, and that pissed me off because I'm like, are you kidding me? But you need it. You absolutely need it. But I don't know if they got Ultra Edge or if they have Hawkeye. For spinners, it's shoulder height. I always thought it was just above the waist. But see, you learn something else. And guys, I've been following. Again, I've never claimed to be an expert in the game. Nick and I have been following for a little bit over 3 years. Oh, and that falls for a boundary. And Glenn Phillips with another 4 runs there. 38 for 2, 38 for 2 in the 4th over. And this is quickly turning Washington's way. But guys, 1 wicket could change everything. Boomer says, as a bowler, done days, you just don't have it. Some days you don't just have a chance. If you try everything and he pushes that away, that was to his offside. That's just going to be a single. What is it? You're just getting in line to the left, right, where you want it. You don't even know what you're doing wrong. As a keeper, buys are expected. Glenn Phillips. Which one? This one? Umpire said, no, this is Las Vegas Aviators, is the home team here. Again, I reside in Las Vegas, Nevada, and grew up in New York City, born in the Caribbean. But I am now a native Las Vegan. Well, not native, but I am in Las Vegas as I live here for 20 years, basically. A little over 20 years now that I think about it. But yeah, man, it's so cool. We've got a venue. One of the teams. I can't wait till all the teams have their own home grounds. Again, I'm still gonna rock with see. I still want to say CSK, but I'm still gonna rock with TSK, Texas Super Kings, because I'm a CSK fan. And but our closer team here in our backyard is LAKR, and it's gonna be cool to be able to go see them. And that was a buy. Did he get a bat on that, or was that just a buy for a 4? It doesn't matter. It's another 4 runs, and I can't tell if he got the bat on it or if it was a leg buy. But no, that was a leg buy, right? It went off his thigh pad for 4. No, Boomer, you only get the Dominicanos when they hit a big bomb. Oh, somebody asked me. I should probably explain that. Like again, in baseball, you got the big Dominican sluggers, and in when I was growing up, every time like a Big Poppy, Alfonso Soriano, any of those Dominican players would crush a ball, the announcers would yell out Dominicano. So I just got used to saying that. So when you crush a ball like out of the stadium, you go nuts. That I'll save that when it's like 108 meters, 104 meters, the big boys, the big flies, as we say. I'm hoping Texas Super Kings win it. I'd love to rub it in Nick's face. Put my umpire's head on. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like on the questionable call, whether I thought it was and it does happen fast. Listen, I get it. I was just going back on review. I'm like, wait a minute, that was above his waist. I thought it should have been. I honestly thought it was above his waist and it should have been a no ball. In any event, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because TSK won the game. Ali Khan, I root for Ali Khan. Again, one of the things Nick talked about was he was hoping that there were going to be a lot of American players. And we've seen pretty much every American player that we know that we've seen play live for Team USA on some of these teams. So, oh, that looks like it's going to be taken. That's straight up in the air, going to be taken and gone. Glenn Phillips gone. And just like that, it looked like he was hot. They were establishing a partnership, and Glenn Phillips gone for 20 on 13. It felt like he did a lot more damage than that, but it looks like just got under it, couldn't quite get all of it, and it is Ghost gets Glenn Phillips, and that is huge. That is a huge wicket there inside the power play. Renil, what do we say here at CFA Nation? You don't want to lose 2 wickets, but you definitely don't want to lose 3. The unicorn should win just so people can't talk about the name. Renil, I could tell you right now, every person I know, whether they're a cricket fan, they're an American fan that is just learning the game of cricket, looks at that name and they're like, "What? Orcas is weird enough, right?" That was like, "What? The Seattle Orcas?" They could have comes up with something better than that, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I guess Seattle. It is known for like the Mariners, the name of the other team over there. Um, but the unicorns, like just the innuendos that it makes. I don't know. A lot of people were like, "What is going on?" Kind of like chuck and roll technicalities. Got you. Got you. And you know what's funny? I still, guys, I've watched. You guys can go back to live stream. I've watched hundreds at this point. Hundreds. I'm not saying I've watched, you know, every single game. I can't. I don't have time. I got a full time job. Actually, I got 2, wife, kids. But I've watched hundreds of hours of cricket. You know, I'm probably pushing 1,000 easily in the 3 years I've been watching cricket. And tons of matches, and I still, cannot pick up the chuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, I remember Sunil Narayan got called for chucking in the game. I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And I watched. I could not, like. It's such a nuanced thing that unless you've been following the game your whole life, you're like, I don't actually see it. I don't see the difference. Like yesterday, they were talking about how um Khan, right? And he's American. Like I said, he plays for Team USA. I root for him. He was the first American player, as I understand it, to play in the IPL as well for KKR. But I guess because the way he kept his palm on top of the ball when he delivered it and turned it over, it was almost like a googly side. That was a weird full toss, by the way. But that's what made it good and not chucking, as opposed to just. And I know that chucking means throwing, and not bowling. But I can't see it. If I were umpire, I wouldn't be able to call it. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, Washington Freedom does look stacked, but it doesn't look like they're helping themselves right now. Oh, oh, here goes a run out. Oh, they missed an opportunity. Wow. Wow, that could have been a run out. That should have been a run out there. The fielder, I don't know what he was thinking, because he could have just thrown the ball to who was standing right there by the stumps. Overthrew it, and oh man. Oh no, I can see what it is. There was nobody close enough to the stump, so he just tried to have a direct hit. Oh my. Vanish, what up? What's good? Still day one jitters out there. Yeah, for sure. You saw how mad Andre Russell was at himself in that game yesterday, guys. That, hey, listen, these guys want to perform, they want to do well, they want to break into the market and get that extra revenue stream. And I can tell you that they're taking it seriously, man. I loved the passion I saw out there yesterday. Yeah, yeah, ESPN. A lot of people are picking up on it. Like I said, it's gonna take a minute, but I think one of the smart things they did too was put it during the summer. Why? Because kids are out of school, which means teachers are out of school, which means parents have to plan trips and vacation. That's when most baseball games are attended, right? As a sporting event, and baseball as a sport, and that's my favorite sport, right? I grew up watching baseball. It's dying, man. They've changed so many rules just to try to get more fanfare in there, and they picked that at the time of year. There's no football, which the American football, I should say, which is the biggest sport in America. You're not getting any views or any patronage when American football's on. But right now, literally, there's no NBA on. There's no hockey on. There's no. It's if this is the time the time of year that they're gonna have ML Major League Cricket, it's super smart because you're just competing with baseball. And at that point, you've got a new game that's fresh. And the game, honestly, one thing cricket does well that baseball doesn't is there's not a lot of downtime. Where in baseball, there's so much wasted time because of foul balls and things of that nature. Cricket moves very rapidly, and fans are going to love that. So I think they're doing a smart thing, honestly. CBS will be doing live games next week, apparently. I love it. And here goes Andrew Ty. Enriquez off the schneid, as they say. There goes Renil's favorite player, Sherman Hitmeyer. I'm just messing with you, Renil. Andrew Ty gives up a run to, what was that, square leg down there? I mean, Sherman Hitmeyer, to be fair, he's such a great player, but he lacks consistency. And I understand Renil's frustration. You know what I mean? Like, you want this guy to do so good for your team, but he just, for whatever reason, look, get him off my TV screen. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, in the chat, let me know right now. Who is your own player? Because you got to understand, Renil loves the West Indies. She's a huge West Indies fan. He drives her crazy because of his inconsistency and how he, uh, 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 honestly loses concentration, does not live up to his potential, and it hurts the team. Who's the one player that's on your own team that drives you crazy? For English fans, it's got to be Johnny Bairstow right now. Johnny Bairstow is playing terribly. If you're following the Ashes, my gosh, he's averaging 5 runs or something like that, 10 runs with the bat. He's terrible, terrible. He's missed like 3, 4 catches the other day, a stumping as well. Then there was the whole controversy over the man catting. I mean, to me, Johnny Bersos, and you guys know CFA Nation have been here for a while. He is on my Sinister Six because he's cost me many a games in the fantasy cricket games that we play. But who is Renil's version of Sherman Hitmeyer? Who is your own countryman, your own team player that just drives you crazy? Yeah, he man's not serious. He doesn't take the game seriously, and there's players like that, man. There's a great player called Allen Iverson, or was a great player called Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson single-handedly took the Philadelphia 76ers to the NBA championship and almost won a championship by himself. There was nobody else on that team. Oh, Shy Hope. And then Darren Bravo. That's hilarious. He who shall not be named. Oh, Campbell. But he has that famous quote. Even if you don't know the Allen Iverson one, he's the guy that it became a meme where he's like, practice? Come on, you talking about practice? It's practice. Because reporters asked him, like, yo, you're out partying till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're missing practices, whatever, and he was just like, come on, we're talking about practice. And his attitude about the game just showed how he wasn't as serious. If he had taken serious, he could have probably been as good as Jordan. He was so good. They had to change rules in the NBA because his dribble would get everybody. And they say, they changed it to now that's a travel when he was doing it. But before then, it never was. They changed rules because of how good this guy was. But he never had any work ethic. And that's what Renil means by he's not a serious player. You know what I mean? Some guys have all the talent in the world, but don't put in the hard work. Steve Smith should bowl more. That was his first selection criteria. Smudge? Really? Oh, my. Look at Renil. Nah, Campbell is innocent. He was never supposed to be in the test team in the first place. Selectors did him dirty. After the drop, Gabe never forgot. Oh, that drop drive me crazy. Renil, that drop cost the West Indies a series win, right? A test match win in England. That would have been huge. That would have been huge. Come on. Come on. When's the last time West Indies beat England in a test series? Are you serious? I'll never forget. I'll never forgive him. Here goes KO Raul for me. You know what I mean? That would have been just another huge victory, and it was a lazy drop too. It's like, come on, dude, just lack of concentration, just brutal. And then he gave up his wicket. If you remember when they came back on the other side of that, super easy. It was like he had just gave up on the team. It drove me crazy. So it seems like after losing the third wicket, Washington are it looks like they're just content with right now playing slowly, trying to get to the death with wickets in hand. They're taking singles here, rotating the strike. And I mean, they're at close to 60 runs. You know what I mean? And what, 59 runs, 50 for three. Current run rate is low, though, at 770. So at some point, they need to open it up. But I think they're trying to protect those wickets. Another dot ball there. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to actually put this on a pen, and then I'm gonna you're gonna get me in trouble. First of all, I'm gonna screenshot this so it's not my question there. Is it behind Siddharth? I'm pretty sure no Indian fan likes KL Raul. Come on, dude. Come on. Now, you know what's crazy? KL Raul he's such a good talent. I think that because he's not the best wicket keeper. He's been played out of position at times, especially in the IPL. But his bat can be legit. You know what I mean? He's had some huge matches. But KO Rahul, that's funny, man. Oh man, it was a long time, 2013, since Shy Hope made a double after he fell off. Oh, beautiful cover drive. And no, there's a fielder there. This ground, guys, is it just me? Is it just me? This ground looks huge. I mean, one of the boundaries, like 102 meters or whatnot. They were a lot. They were like at least three. They ran for three twice yesterday, and it wasn't on a misfield. It was just into that open area. So it looks like this field is huge, which is why I thought that the scores were going to be relatively lower. But we've seen two huge scores. Well, at least Texas Super Kings put up a big score. But today, the first game, both teams put up 200 plus. So I think that it's going to play. I know it's only game three on this pitch, but it's going to play um, a lot smaller than it looks, because since it's huge, I figured the scores would be a lot lower. I absolutely hate the overrated IPL merchant KO Raul. That's hilarious. Don't want to talk about political stuff with ICC, not that kind of person, but seeing a lot of what is it? Seeing a lot of stuff yesterday about the revenue, etc. Some saying cricket would not grow that way, etc. Oh my gosh! I mean, ICC is unfortunately does have a stranglehold on cricket, and if you're gonna do anything, you're dealing with them. Bottom line, you're dealing with them. So it's. I agree with you, Renell. The distribution, I know what you say. I saw where a lot of that revenue is gonna go, but it looks like there's no work around it, right? There's no work around it. And a dot ball there. All singles, two dots at the end. The run rate actually goes down to 711. And we are now through 9 overs. 64 for three, 63 4 for three. And again, I think that this score is kind of low. This score is kind of low compared to the other matches we've seen so far. Strategic timeout. Strategic timeout. Get back in the chat. Get back in the chat. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh man. All the KO Raul hate. KO Raul Boomer says Raul has all the talent in the world, but it's all useless without a functioning brain. God did him dirty there with that during his inception. Oh, you're out of control. Um Renell said that's why I said a long time ago West Indies should remove themselves from the ICC, invest somewhere else. Oh, I see what you're saying about that. Yeah, they got a stranglehold, man. It is what it is. KO Raul talent is the biggest myth. He can just play flashy shots like flat tracks, but on tough pitches and quality bowling, he gets exposed. You know, I'm not gonna say I disagree. So the offside, that's the onside. I'm trying to see how deep the meters are and how big the venue is. I should probably take a see if I can open up a window and see what the dimensions of Grand Prairie Grand Prairie Stadium are. So, Grand Prairie Stadium dimension chart. All right, give me the. So it is 330 feet. 330 feet in the center. Right, it is 397 feet, almost 400 feet, 121 meters. Right field is 330 feet as well. Wow, that thing is huge. So I mean, if you're gonna hit it to center, that's basically 400 feet. That's 121 meters. You better get all of it. You gotta get all of it. Holy cow! And little cover drive there. Little cover drive there goes for a boundary. Of course, Sherman Hitmeyer was the one fielding, so he doesn't put in that. Let's just say when it comes to his fielding, and he's a good fielder, but sometimes he gives up on balls. What's up, Craig? What's going on? Oh my gosh, Boomer, you are out of control. Oh my gosh. This has become the I hate KO Raul stream. You guys are out of control. Boomer says it feels nice when everyone can gather around and express their shared hatred of KO Raul. Almost feels like therapy. I got no problem with KO Raul, man. Listen, don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. All right. Um, let's just say he has disappointed. He absolutely has disappointed, and he's been given plenty of chances, right? He's been given plenty of chances, but right now, if he were a better wicketkeeper, right now, obviously with the Rishad Pant situation, India definitely over the last 6 months to a year really has needed I would say more scoring from their wicket keeping position. And it's funny because at one point Nick and I were talking about how India is so deep when it comes to wicket keepers. And yeah, listen, there's a difference between IPL, to your point, and even T20. And when we're talking about playing tests, it takes a different kind of animal. And I mean, Ishan Kishan is keeping for them right now. And what he scored, I think he had a run today. Now I think he was at the end of the tail ender, but they bat him that low because he's not Rashid Pant first and foremost. And as good as he can be in the IPL, listen, when you're talking about Test cricket, it's a different animal. I actually thought, what's the other wicket keeper that I've seen him play in T20, I think even ODIs, but he's never, at least I've never seen him get a chance in the test side. Sanju Samson. Is Sanju Samson really that bad compared to KL Rahul behind the stumps, or uh even what's his name? Ishan Kishan. Oh, and you can put it in the board. That thing is gone. And there it looks like they're going to open up the scoring here. Enriquez pumps that for 6. And was that backward point? Oh, still not a Dominicano. That was only 71 meters. I need 100. I need 100 meters so it could be Dominicano. You know what I mean? Get it out deep. Sanju Samson has a really good PR team. He's overrated too. Just good for the IPL. Oh man, what's up, Vandover? You guys are out of control. Listen, I've just mentioned some of the other guys. It's obviously the team misses Rashid Pant. I think now people can understand how good Rashid Pant really was, because he was also, people called him Spider-Man. I was like, Spider-Man, until I saw him make some amazing catches behind the stumps and lay out. And then of course we know what he can do with the bat. So Rashid Pant really has been missed. I'm not saying that that's the reason India struggled in the WTC. Australia was just a better team, bottom line. But I think it would have been different if he was there. You know what I mean? Because one player can make a difference. One player can make a difference. If you want to blame the WTC on anyone, what about Rohit Sharma? Rohit Sharma as the captain, I don't know, guys. And one bouncer for a 4. Enrique says, "Bro, that's one Enrique. Is that the Gauss? I thought it was Enriquez, but I didn't realize they had switched strike as I was in conversation with you guys." But they're definitely opening it up right now. Rohit Sharma, obviously, of course, against the West Indies, he shows up. Of course, gets himself a century, but talk to me about the WTC. How do you look in the WTC? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Come on. Just saying. But those are just my humble opinions. An angry West Indies fan. Everyone should be angry, guys. Everybody. 421 declared, and in 2 innings we can't even put up 300. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. Anyways, back to the game at hand, as we got Washington, and Washington Freedom 84 for 3, 11 overs in the books. I mean, they can get to 100 by the 12th over. Again, then you think about, usually in T20 you could double the score from that point. You could be looking at 200. They're in a good position. They're in a good position. Let's see what happens. Man, nice crowd out tonight, and we can see all the young kids there in the stands, the Dhoni jerseys. Oh, He goes down to one knee to get that, but does not get all of it. Only goes for a single. So Gauss and Enriquez currently have a 40 partnership going, and 85 for three, guys. It looks like why in Washington, somebody mentioned earlier, they're stacked. Oh, that's going to be a boundary. No, out of nowhere, who went and fielded that ball? We know it wasn't Hitmeyer. Who went and fielded that ball? Renil, I just keep messing with you. I mentioned his name just to get under your skin. Don't tell Savannah. Get back in the chat here. Push that for a single. The state of Kita is a PR team for the whole state of Kita is the PR team for San Andrew Sanson. You guys gotta continue. What Taratia has to do to get in the Indian team? Is he not good enough? Tawadia, sorry. Get in line, Tawadia. There's so many good guys. Guys, remember when Josh Wall, me and Nick were talking about it in the video, like I called Jais Wall his very first season in the IPL, and I had watched him play. I fell in love with his story, to be honest with you. The guy used to be a streetcar vendor, right? And after I watched him play, I was like, oh, this kid's going to be special. And Gabe, IPL is not the same. I get that. But you can still see he belonged. And over the last 2-3 seasons, he's really coming to his own. Guys, he just put up a $171. I don't care who it is. You've just put up 171 on another cricketing team. That's impressive. That's impressive. Jaiswal is super impressive. India has just so many good players that it's so hard to break through to the team. And what they don't have is a really good wicket keeper at the moment. Their best wicket keeper isn't a good bat. Oh, and taken. Gauss is taken. Gauss is taken. I thought it was going to be able to get out, but that's what I'm saying. This is a very long boundaries. That probably went close to 90 plus meters, and it is taken right at the boundary line. So 12th last ball of the over. He misses it, and it is taken. So we are now at 89 for 4, 89 for 4, 12 overs in the books. 12 overs in the books. Yeah, there's a lot of back to my thought there. Saha, and maybe let me know in the chat. I think Saha is probably the best defensive wicketkeeper that India has right now. But you can't trust Saha with, what I mean, with the stick. And I think India, because of the inconsistency of a Rohit Sharma, let's just be real. Virat Kohli's been relatively consistent, but they need that extra punch. Again, you cannot take a bat like Rashid Pant out of a lineup and think that you can just replace it. Saha is probably the best test keeper we ever had. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like nothing. I see Saha play, and very rarely do balls get by him. You don't see too many buys. He's really good behind the stumps, guys. I get it. He's not Rashid Pant. He's not going to put up a ton. But is Ishan Kishan giving you centuries, or is that going to be another wicket? Or is that Zadna got enough to get out? It went straight. It went in the air, and oh no! Oh, Hitmeyer! What a catch up in the air, Dofred. I know Renel's gonna get. Oh, it's a free hit! It's a free hit! It's a free hit! Oh man! Is it a free hit or was it a wicket? He must have stepped over the line because they said free hit. Hitmeyer makes the catch, dives, but then I saw free hit on the TV screen. Oh no, he's out. It wasn't a free hit. So what was he? Sounds probably best to okay. Gabe, your favorite test batsman / bowler? Oh man, my favorite test batsman, Steve Smith. I love some Smudgy. I absolutely love Smudge. I think that man, he's just such a special bat, and I think watching him bat, he is he's such a consummate professional. I'm glad that he's back in form. I mean, he's one of my favorites. As far as bowlers are concerned, man, that's tough. Wow, my favorite bowler. You know what's weird? I got a love hate relationship with Stuart Broad. Like, Stuart Broad is one of those guys where, I mean, he's one of England's all-time wicket takers, right? And he's just got this demeanor about him where he's nasty out there. He definitely is. Rabada's another one. I love Rabada. I like Boomerang. I like Boomerang a lot. I like those guys that are aggressive and they're like, look, you're stepping on my pitch, bro. I will beat you up. I will absolutely beat you up out here. Yeah, Jimmy Anderson. Listen, Jimmy Anderson should have sued Boomerang for the abuse, man. Boomerang beat him up that one match, and it was fun. Patty Cummings, it's tough, man, because there's so many good bowlers, um, good bowlers out there. I mean, I love Rashid Khan as far as the spinner is concerned. It's tough. Favorite bowler? Wow. Yeah, Broad Anderson batted really good at the Ashes as well. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. For sure. But I mean, I got a lot. I got a lot of favorite players from different teams. You know what I mean? From different nations. Oh, got is it Karti? I started watching cricket during the pandemic. During the pandemic, Nick and I have another channel called Boring Reviews, and we reviewing films like way prior to the pandemic. And then somebody had access to like review some films. We reviewed an Indian film, then that grew the channel and the audience some more, and then they mentioned about cricket to do some cricket reviews. So we're like, okay, whatever, we'll check out cricket. I had heard of it, I'd never watched it, and watched the game. We compared it to baseball. They told us we were wrong. We're both very very headstrong, like, oh well, we can learn this game and show you it is. Oh, ooh, did they hit him in the shoulder or they hit him in the neck? That was super high. And I'm watching the replay right now. Oh, that's head. It hit him in the head. That's head high. That's got to be a no ball. That's got to be a no ball. Um, but yeah, and again, started watching it. We streaming some matches, grew the channel, grew the audience, and we actually then got into USA cricket. We went out and watched a few USA matches. Went out to Florida, live streamed a few USA matches, and then when we heard, I think the disappointment for us when we watched USA cricket was that the production value wasn't there compared to even this production value is way better. I mean, 100 times better than what we had down. There was like no review system. Definitely none of the technology you're used to. Knowing the ultra edge, spider cam, none of that stuff. So I definitely am very impressed that the Major League Cricket and of course IPL by extension has put together this league, and it's you know IPL light, I like to call it. So they bring in Marco Jansen. They bring in Marco Jansen, and Marco Jansen. Watch him play tons of different teams, and oh, reverse sweep, and that goes for a four. I was just about to say the guy's a professional. He knows what he's doing out there with the bat, and they can push this to 150, 160, a defendable score for sure. But I think that they have to be very conservative with their batting here. Um, and oh wow, boundary save there, boundary save there, boundary averted, as we like to say. But if another wicket falls, man, then you got Dane Petey coming in, and I love Norkia. Norkia is probably one of my favorite bowlers as well. I never know who's better. Like I started to mention that earlier in the stream because Nick and I go back and forth. You know, is it Rabada? Is it Norkia? Is it Rabada? Is it well? Who's the best South African bowler? And then we watched Ngidi lose his mind. Was it against India where Ngidi just absolutely destroyed that side? I think it was India. Holy, I mean, they were. It was ridiculous. Which Jaffer Archer? Yeah, Jaffer Archer, man. The injuries have really held him back. I love Jaffer Archer as well. Unfortunately, he's not been the same since the elbow injury. And, you know, young kid, super sad. Let's hope that he does eventually make a full recovery. But even after he came back, did not look the same. Did you see Harry Brook on MLS channel? No, I did not see Harry Brook on MLS channel, but I did see Harry Brook. Did he get that wicket? Did he get that wicket? Oh, gone. Gone. And it looks like Washington is in trouble. 6 wickets down. They've lost 2 wickets in in the last 2 overs, and now we're in the tail end. Wow, that ball absolutely had some turn on it. Takes the wicket, and oh man, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. They're getting ready to go into the death. 14 overs in the books, guys. But do they even get to the 20th over at this point? Oh man. But I was gonna say, yeah, Ngidi, had absolutely showed me something as well. So I think South Africa has some of the best bowling in the world, to be honest with you. Man, what a ball. I just watched the review again. Guys, this is not looking good for Washington here. And I guess the only thing you can do if you're Washington is to try to get into try to get into the death without losing another wicket. Take singles here, rotate the strike. But you know, Marco Jansen bowled out, and I said he needs to be conservative. He needs to be conservative. They bring out Akil Hussein. I would have waited though, because Hussein can actually swing the bat, and I don't want him losing. I mean, I guess you're in the death already, but I don't want him losing his wicket going too hard right now. Unless are they bringing in a spinner right now? If they're bringing in a spinner, possibly. No. Ooh. So my favorite secret bowler is Sean Tate. He also fast and unpredictable, although that's yeah. And Giddy took a fifer. That's what it was. It was disgusting. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like South Africa has some really good bowlers. I think Norkia is my favorite South African bowler. I agree. Steve Smith is the best test batsman. Oh, smudgy. Muhammad Shami is good as well. Yeah, Muhammad Shami is good as well. I mean, he's got some raw pace. My favorite Indian bowler is tough, guys, because I love the attitude of a Boomerang. You know what I mean? Boomerang can beat you up, and he's got some serious pace. Yeah, I would agree, Renee. 168 looks unlikely now. Sandeep says which song you listening to in the gym nowadays? I'm listening to a lot of Metallica, man. Nick has really got me into Metallica, and their popularity has resurged because even my daughter is listening to them now because she's a fan of Stranger Things or whatnot. But for sure. How dare you, Dan Antonio? How dare you? Blasphemer! Oh, Gabe's favorite player is John Campbell. You better stop it. Listen, he is officially for life on the Sinister Six. Come on now. Who's Boomerang? He is a Indian pace bowler who can absolutely throw gas or heat. Jadeja, the best all rounder, no question. Jadeja is the best all rounder in the world. I mean, if it's not the bat when he swings Excalibur, then it's him taking wickets. Not to mention he's a better fielder. Nick and I have had this discussion. Best all rounder in the world. Ben Stokes. People sometimes like to compare um Ben Stokes, and I mean, there's a lot of good all rounders. Australia has Cameron Green. I love Cameron Green, but Jadeja does everything. I've seen Jadeja take some catches. His fielding, his hitting, his Jadeja, no question, no question. But who's a better bowler for India as far as their older rounders are concerned? And again, maybe you guys can answer me in the chat. Nick and I are asking this question, and we don't honestly, we don't get it. And what did he say? You love Jason Campbell. Stop it. Stop it. Come on now. Do not love Jason Campbell. Uh wait. Oh man, I love your Campbell fake tattoo when it's coming, Gabe, you promise. I know. I know. I never got to do it. You know what's funny? I thought it'd be easy to find somebody to give me like a fake tattoo. It's not that easy. I was like, well, go to the Hana people, the henna, whatever it's called, to get it done. But I was like, dude, I just need a temporary one because I want to fulfill a bet, and it didn't happen. Did you watch women cricket's match, Australia versus England? I have not. I've watched women's cricket before, but I didn't watch the women's cricket match because they're played last week, right? Or are they currently playing this week? Oh, up in the air is going to be taken. Nobody's there, so it falls safely. Just in now, CBS is telecasting a few Major League Cricket matches. This will be a huge boost for cricket in America. Guys, like I said, when I went down to Florida, I saw that there were a lot of people trying to, push the game, and it's a huge market. And again, the America is such a melting pot, guys, that you're going to see that there's people from all over. There's people from all over the world that are now Americans. They've been here so long, second generation, third generation Americans, but that are cricket fans. And I definitely think that it's going to be like Major League Soccer, MLS, which it took a while to catch on, but it's going to catch on. There's just no doubt in my mind. Yeah, you and me both, Karthik. You and me both. And I think it will. Here's another thing they're talking about, and anybody can see if you can update me on this. Is cricket making it into the next Olympics or not? Because that's also huge. Then we also got the T20 World Cup in Florida coming up in 2024. So, there's a lot of cricketing going on here in the States right now, and it's only going to help to grow the game. That falls harmlessly for a single, and the run rate now is down to 677. Not good. Not good at all. Interesting. Somebody says, who is that? Is it Karti? Says, I don't like the idea of cricket in the Olympics, though. Maybe it's just for me. I think that no other sporting event gets more eyes on any particular event or sport than the Olympics. I mean, think about it, man. The Olympics are worldwide, and I would say, as far as viewership, it would probably be the World Cup and the Olympics. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think those are probably the two most televised sporting events in the world: the World Cup and the Olympics. So if that's the case, you want to get the game on as many um, eyeballs as possible. Renault says cricket was in the Olympics before. They're going to max out 130, 140. And take a single there. Yeah, right now it does not look like they're going to get to that, even that 150 mark. No, it's football then cricket. Yeah, for sure. The World Cup. That's what I mean. In football, the World Cup for football, that's the most watched or most televised sporting event. Period. The highest viewership is football. Second is cricket. Okay, there you go. So that's what I'm saying. That's why they need to push it. And again, in the American audience at this point, demographically has become so versed. There's so many second and third generation Americans that, again, I wasn't even born here, but my kids are not born here. And, same thing. I've got friends that are from the UK, friends that are from Australia, friends that are from, India, other places in the subcontinent. So, wow, I'm just watching the replays right now. So, it's one of those situations where there's already a core fan base here. The thing to do is do exactly what they're doing right now. Put it in a place where you're not competing with the biggest American sport, which is American football. Nobody competes with American football, at least in here in our market, and make it a event summertime where families can go to, which is exactly what baseball does. During the wintertime, it's so hard because there's school going on. It's cold. You don't really want to play outside. So they put it in the right now. The only competition is baseball, American baseball. But there's no hockey. There's no NBA. There's no football. So it's a great not seasonal slot to play in. I do. I've actually been told that, but Caribbean. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely going to be awesome. Appreciate that. First cricket appearance, Summer Olympics, 1900. I would never question you, Renell. I know you know your stuff. Strategic timeout is almost over. My favorite Eminem song. Oh wow. And that's why kids in the US don't know cricket. You're right, they don't. There are, some club teams and stuff like that, but they have to get in. We talked about it. They got to build the pipeline for it. And the way you build a pipeline for it is introduce it into schools. And I'm actually I took a little, not hiatus, but a little step back from the channel because I'm working on my oh, that's pretty cool. I'm working on my certification to go teach at a higher level. Right now I only teach at the elementary school level, but I'm moving on to, oh, is that the law firm? That looked like it was a law firm. Hayden Walsh Jr. Did he try to die for that? Yeah, see, Renil says, yeah, Hayden Walsh Jr. We interviewed him on the channel. Check out our interview with the law firm. We called him the law firm because here in America, like law firms have all these names, and he's got Hayden Walsh Jr. I said it sounds like a law firm. Any which way, that's my guy. We interviewed him on the channel. Great dude. He was so gracious to give us some of his time. Go back and check out that interview. Hit him up on Twitter. Great dude. Back to my thought. Favorite Eminem song probably has to be Stan. Stan is absolutely crazy. I think it's one of his best songs. Then Lose Yourself. I really enjoyed that song as well. And the law firm has also played for Team USA as well as the West Indies. Again, there's so much talent on these fields, man. And that honestly, that's what I'm enjoying the best. That they're putting out a great show, a great performance, a great showing. Because Americans are gonna want to see great scores and gonna want to see competitive games. So all the teams look balanced. No one team looks crazy stacked. And I think that's going to be good for the game. It says kids don't know in the U.S. So back to my thought, Nick and I both working on certifications, and I'm going to the middle school level. Eventually, at the high school level, that's where you got to introduce it. And it's not a difficult thing. Hey, you write up the grants and you say, hey, we want to have a cricket team here, but you can only you got obviously going to have to play other teams. So that was actually one of the ideas. Like, why not bring it in there? If we've got a sport and it's big here in the States and it's gonna be growing, we got to have our own pipeline. I can't tell you a high school in the state of Nevada that has cricket. I doubt any does. I know there's a couple cricket clubs, private cricket clubs here, but if you need, and the reason I say put in the high school is because those private clubs cost a lot of money to play, and if you can't afford to play, then you're not going to be on the field. Where if you're playing for a school, for the most part, it's free if you got the talent. And then eventually you also want to get it into the collegiate level, because if there's scholarships associated with cricket, then a lot more kids will play, because that's why a lot of kids play sports now. They know, their parents know they're not going to go pro, but hey, can I get myself a scholarship, save myself some money? Absolutely. Oh, missed run out there, missed run out, and some choppy fielding here, by the Orcas, as they should have. I mean, they should be trying to put away this team. Again, they're letting them hang around, 6 wickets down. Law firm comes up with that throw there. 17 overs in the books. They're at 115. Again, you want to restrict this team to no more than 140, period. And I think that's what they got them projected for, 145. But if you don't restrict them, the current run rate is going to put them at 135. If you don't restrict them to under 140, you gave them too much of a chance. All right. And oh, that ball barely missed. But he would have been in. Looked like his bat was grounded anyway. Yeah, but that's one of my plans, because I as my kids are getting older and they're, I've got already one graduated college, another one is in college. Trey, he's actually made an appearance or two on the channel. Oh, full toss, and it is dispatched, but not for four, because there's a fielder there. He's playing college football actually out in North Dakota on a full ride. So it's you know, a lot of kids, a lot of parents will put their kids in those sports if they feel like it can get them, to the collegiate level. But if it costs money, man, for club teams, private teams cost a lot of money to play on. And some kids that have the talent to play probably won't be able to play because of that. So that's why it needs to be introduced at the school level. Those are my thoughts on that. Boomer said it was so much fun to hear the poor, to watch the poor guy cringe every time Gabe called him the law firm. To be fair, I never said he liked it. I just said, hey man, it sounds like a law firm, and then it stuck. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Hayden Walsh Jr., he was a gentleman and a scholar. Super cool uh, to give us time, and I really enjoyed the interview. Maybe I'll reach out to him again when I'm out there. Hopefully, he can make some time for us. And oh no, ooh, ooh, guys, I'm telling you right now, just living dangerously. This field, I thought that was going to be a boundary again, but they're able to run for two there. This is a huge ground. This is a huge ground. I wonder how big the other venue is in North Carolina. If you guys follow us on Twitter, go check out Twitter. My man Nick, not sorry, not Nick, Nate, sorry, and he was out there actually helping out with the production, and he's going to be at many of the games. Nate said the grounds are beautiful. That's a big one, Dominicano. Oh my! What did I tell you guys? Oh, oh, the West Indian Akil Hussain. What a big boy 6. That had to go at least 100 meters. Woo! Look at that. And that thing would have kept going. That thing would have kept going. And there we go. Another. Nope, that is fielded well by the law firm. And that just goes for a single. Last ball of the over. Run rate back up above. Guys, the run rate was down to 655. Okay, but run rates now back up above 7. Not enough. Not enough. But if they can get a boundary on this last over, they're put themselves in a position to maybe get up to 145, 150. Baseball is dead. Oh, is that one gone? Is that one gone? And no, taken. It was up in the air forever, guys. But I told you, this field is massive. It probably went about, I would say, close to 90 meters. And then it started coming down, and it was actually taken relatively easy. But it was so high up in the air, and I was like, wait, is it gone? Is it gone? But yeah, I saw a lot of them just die like that yesterday. And that was a huge wicket. That was a huge wicket. I mean, Bernard gone for 10. And who will they bring in next? Who will they bring in next? Oh my. That last ball of the over, man. Sometimes the action ball, as Nick and I like to call it, you know, many a times, man, it can be the death of a player, right? Because it can be a wicket or it could be a six. And everybody loves going after it, but man, not going well. And it is Dane Peters. All right. Well, 18 overs in the books, guys. 18 overs in the books. Let's see what Washington is able to do. And oh, is that a boundary? Nope. Nope. I can't see. Was that? I can't see who made that Paul. They got their names on the bottom of their jersey, and it's so low, it's hard to see. But Akil Hussein takes a single straight down. I thought it had enough to get to a 4, but it was fielded, and now you got Peter on strike. And it was like a full toss. He's able to just get a bat on it. He's able to get a bat on it and basically push it away. More importantly, get Akil Hussein back on strike. You know what I'm saying? Get the hot guy, get the established guy back on strikes. Looks like a small ground based on the space outside the 30 yards. I mean, I gave the dimensions earlier. I could read them again in a little while. I mean, dead center is like 400. That's 397. That's huge. I mean, 100 feet, I should say, what, 120 something meters. Yeah, basketball has taken a hit. Oh yeah, listen. Uh, to Renil's point, basketball right now is under fire. I would question the captaincy of Ben Stokes, but make no mistake, people weren't complaining about basketball. They did win like 12 straight games. England was on a tear there for a minute. They just ran into Australia, and some would still argue it's been a close series. This series could easily be 2-1 England if Australia hadn't made a few England didn't make a few boneheaded mistakes. I mean, guys, that declaration by Ben Stokes again was, in my opinion, the difference in the match. So, Bairstow, if he's a little bit better behind the stumps and is able to corral in a few of those wides and is able to just get a couple of those edges, it could be a different. Honestly, it could be 2-1. And Australia, I'm sorry, they just won the WTC against India. I mean, Australia is no slouch. So I could see if England was getting beat at home utilizing basketball against even, and I'm not bad, but bad, you know, bashing the West Indies. But if it was West Indies or a team that's not as potent as India or as New Zealand or as Australia, but again, you're not losing to Ireland. You know what I mean? You're not losing to it's sad to say the West Indies or you know, I mean, Pakistan has great bowling, so I wouldn't put them down quite that far low. But you know what I'm saying, guys? Let's put it into perspective. Basketball has won test matches, and they just ran into a buzzsaw called Australia. Interesting, Renell. I didn't. Funny thing is, West Indies beat English at home, and month started basketball. The better team, which rightly so, will end up and give more thoughts about basketball tactics. Um, I think that at least for me, oh wow, almost taken, but that cover drive goes away to the onside for 4, and Akil Hussein now at 27. I told you guys that Akil Hussein could bat. Akil Hussein could bat, and seen him doing many times in the IPL and with the West Indies. So right now they're at 137. Again, if they can get to 140, it's a victory. If they can get to one above 140, it's definitely a victory. And another cover drive, but this one only goes for a single. Oh, a mix up, a mix up. Oh, almost ran out there, went halfway. Woo! Wow. They went for one. He wanted to come back for the second, but who was it that called no? Mix up, man, almost ran out. You cannot do that. So right now it is 138 for 7, 4 balls left. And regardless what happens here, you got to rotate the strike. You got to rotate the strike. You cannot get on strike and devour the last 4 balls. So get your bat on the ball, hit it, and get the stepping. New Zealand beat baseball, but baseball don't work for everyone, not even. Whoa! Bouncer right at his head. Oh my. And he looks at it like, bro, what are you doing? Dot ball there. Dot ball there, but it was a bouncer right at his head. Could not get the bat on it. Could not get the bat on it. And he looks at him like, bro, what are you doing? So obviously, that's his first bouncer of the over. And he's able to get a bat on it. He's able to get a bat on it. They take a single. So he's able to get off strike and leave the last 2 balls for Akil Hussein. Nicely done after almost taking one to his head. Am I going to stream the whole game? I am. I am streaming the whole game. I'll be back for the second innings. Luckily, my kids don't play any games today. Yesterday, again, family man, those of you who've been in the channel, I've got 5 of them. My oldest graduated college. He now lives on his own, getting ready to join the police academy here shortly. Then I got Trey, my football player, who's out in the universe. Oh, misfield! Misfield. Hussein gets a boundary there, but somebody misfielded that. You guys know how I feel about that. I hate drops and I hate misfields. 140, 143 now. And I mean, a 6 basically makes it 150, 149. Now it was going for a beautiful Yorker. He digs it out. I want to see who misfielded that. Ah, it was a poor effort. Poor effort. And just a single on the last ball. So they did good to restrict them just to a single. So guys, 144. Target is 145. The target is 145. 144. And at one point, I didn't think they were going to get there. At one point, honestly, I did not think they were going to get there. They made it there. So I will say for sure that it was a impressive feat to even get to there because they lost 3 wickets in the power play. So right now, you're looking at a very attainable chase, in my opinion. I still think Washington Freedom did not do enough. The Orcas, you know, restricted them to a very attainable chase. And let's see what happens in the second innings. Let's see what happens in the second innings. Super excited to stream this game with you guys. Let's see. Yep, 11 extras though. 11 extras. That I mean the run rate's at 720. It's not good. Not good at all. I think you got to get to at least 150 from what I've seen the first 2 games here at these grounds. So not good. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, LAKR was balled out in the 14th over, I think, but they still put up 140 or 150. So 144 and 20 overs is super low. I'm gonna double check. I'm just gonna make sure. Give me a second because I cannot remember off the top of my head. But so yep, Super King runs by 69 runs. That's right. No, they put up 112, 112 in the 14th, but 112 in the 14th over. I mean, again, you could have easily said that would have gone up to 60 plus, 60 plus more runs in the 14th over, 6 overs left, the death. Yeah, usually that would have been a 170 score probably. So 144 is probably the lowest score that we've seen at this ground, and I just don't know if it's defendable. We'll find out though. We'll find out from today's earlier match. Like I said, very very good game between San Francisco Unicorns and Mumbai New York, and Unicorns put up 215, 215, and Mumbai New York puts up 193. So we've had 3 pretty big scores on these grounds, and then one team get bowled out, just fall apart. So let's see, because this 144 to me just does not look like a lot. But yep, we're gonna find that. We are definitely gonna find out, guys. I'm getting ready to take a break. But I will be back to stream. I definitely will be back to stream the second innings. But guys, thank you so much first and foremost. All right, guys. So I'm getting ready to go have dinner. I was actually trying to see how I could pause the stream, but again, we're using a new platform. This is usually we use StreamYard, but this is directly to YouTube. for this live stream. And it looks like I'm just going to have to create another stream. All good, no big deal. Please come back and join me for the second innings if you so choose to. Hopefully, you've been entertained. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys shortly. Get at your boy. Peace. Or, good idea. Renil says, leave it running. We still here. Cool. I'll leave it running. Still here. Be back shortly. That's a wicket. Wow. I was just saying, Renell, thank you for letting me know no sound. But Natafolker, he's picked up 73 wickets with Team USA. And that's a wicket. What am I missing? Challenge it. I don't think Anwar got bat on that. That looks like a wicket. They're saying not out. Let's see. Let's see if it's a fair delivery first and foremost. And it is a fair delivery. His foot's on the line. Back of the foot's on the line. Right there. Fair delivery. And let's see. Oh, that's LBW. That's LBW. That's got the stumps. Unless they're going to say it was pitching outside. I don't think so. Wow. I absolutely hate umpires call. And I've talked about that so many times. That should have been a wicket. When is the time for umpires call to be done? You got two green. Come on. That was a wicket. I thought it looked good. Guys, umpires call is probably going to be one of the things that you get the most grief of here in America, because it's just one of those things where, come on, you blew the call. You blew the call, period. And there goes a boundary. That's exactly what happens. Umpires call and Duckworth Lewis are the best friends. Dude, those are the two rules or laws, excuse me, I hate in cricket. And I mean, there's been so much controversy surrounding umpire call in the short 3 years that Nick and I have been watching. And I mean, it's frustrating. I remember the Australia-India one. Like, come on, how was that not a wicket? I mean, I can tell you countless times where umpires call, it's time to be done with it. We're done. Thank you, Austin. I love this comment. That's getting pinned up there. Yes, the technology is pretty well established now. That's it. They need to reduce the margins for umpires call. I'm done with it. As someone watching this vicariously, what would you say about the standard, Gabe? Looked like there were some fun players on the draft. Oh, for sure. I think that they brought in some really good players, some talented players. They put a good product out here. And I think that was the most important thing. Put some good product out here that's going to have some exciting matches, some big names, and that's going to help, sell the game out here. So I'm excited for it, for sure. And, we talked about cricket in general coming over to the States. And I've been watching cricket now going on 4 years. And then when they say, oh, IPL is getting guys pitching online. I mean, that was just a bad call. Here it goes. Game 3, and we already have some controversy regarding umpires call. I'm telling you, that's one thing that I think hurts cricket and needs to change. 10 for no loss. 10 for no loss. They're ready to reduce the margin of starting around 5 years or so. I mean, well, they didn't reduce it enough, Kumar, because again, guys, remind me, what was that ball that it was like blatantly? Listen, if that's not a LBW, then if that's not a wicket, then get rid of everything. It was Australia versus India. I cannot remember. Was it Nathan Lyon? You guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I can go back and look at my stream because we did a whole video and breakdown on it, and it was so egregious that every cricket pundit out there talked about it. And it was just like, look, this is it. Umpire's calls gotta go. They should get rid of umpire's call. Full stop. Imagine if they bought it in for tennis. What's going on, Dr. Jihan? My man was good. Good, good, good. Enjoying myself, enjoying this game for sure. And we got Norkia. We got Norkia now on his second delivery. Woo! 90 miles an hour, 145 kilometers, and he's throwing gas. Let's see. Come on. And he cuts that away, goes on a, what was it? Offside for just a single. Just a single. And Norkia, man, he's one of the best. He is one of the best. A lot of pace. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people out there, man, and supporting the game, and it's good. It's absolutely good that's happening. Again, now somebody mentioned tonight, and I haven't confirmed it, but CBS is going to be broadcasting games, and if they're doing it again that early into the season, that's awesome. Whoa! Was that not an edge, or are they saying he didn't carry, he didn't catch it? Okay, so there was definitely an edge there because I heard the edge. But did it carry? So there was an edge because I heard it from here. So the question is, did it carry? They're discussing it now. Was this challenged? The third umpire is coming in. Third umpire is coming in so that they don't have to waste the review because the umpires couldn't see where it was from. Let's see what the TV umpire Paul Wilson, I guess, is running it. The decision is pending. It looked like it carried to me. So the umpires are reviewing it themselves good because they blew the LBW. So it's good that themselves saying, like, I couldn't see it from that district, from that distance if it covered. And that's how the technology should be used. Just get it right. Just get it right. You got the technology to get it right. Get it right. The umpire's call major flaw is that it doesn't reward bowlers for only clipping the stumps, which is what they're aiming to do. Get past the batter's defense. I agree. It's flawed. Nope. Ball on the ground. Don't they keep the review with the umpires? Go, yeah, they do keep the review, but it could have been a wicket. What's more important, a wicket or a review? If it's a wicket, man, and it's a huge wicket, come on. But there, the umpires did the right thing. They weren't sure, so they called for the review. Ooh, That ball's a wide going down leg. And Quentin DeCock now 4 for 9 after a quick start with a boundary, has not scored in the last 3 or 4 deliveries. And again, almost out there a minute ago. Ball just didn't carry enough. Norkia giving them the business. Obviously, these two are countrymen, so they know each other well. Oh! And Quentin DeCock says, "You shut your mouth, Gabe." Woo! He pumps Norkia. So far, is that right? 46 tournament sixes? Holy cow. And Norkia gets pumped there for 6 by Quentin DeCock. Looks like, I mean, that's not the deepest part of the park, but that's got to be 90 plus meters. It went over mid wicket. That's got to be at least 90. Oh! Gone! Gone! Norkia comes back and takes his wicket, bowls him out, knocks him over after Quentin DeCock takes him deep for a 6 over mid wicket, and it's done. Wow! That's why I love Norkia. Guys, Norkia is such a talented bowler. Had been putting pressure on Quentin DeCock the entire over, and gave up a 6 the ball prior to it, but then he goes and gets Quentin DeCock. I tell you, Norkia to me, it's tough. I don't know if it's Rabada. I don't know if it's Norkia. You know, I think Norkia is my favorite South African bowler. I do. What? And that's one of my favorite happenings in cricket. You know, a guy goes and hits a big 6, and the very next ball, the bowler will come and take a scalp. That's one of my favorite occurrences in cricket. Yeah, AB, we mentioned that. You know what I mean? There's a huge international audience here in the United States. A lot of foreigners that are now have made their home here, including my family. Right? We're Dominican. I'm actually was born in Dominican Republic, so my kids are first generation Americans now. But you know, a lot of people from the subcontinent, from the Caribbean, you know, New York, where I grew up, there's a huge Jamaican population. There's a huge population of people from Europe, you know what I mean? Places where they play they're checking the bales. Places where they play cricket, like England and Ireland. So I mean, again, they've got an audience already built in. They really do. It's not a huge audience, but it's a big enough audience so that they can start so that they can start the following and make it a dominating game here in the States. And with games like this, man, you know, the first game was really exciting, guys. You know what I mean? But if I'm being honest, I'm only saying that because I am a CSK fan. So now I'm a TSK fan. But it's a little bit of a blowout, right? Let down for those fans from LAKR. But the last game, oh my. Oh my. You know what I mean? MI New York losing to the Unicorns. What was it? They both scored close to 200, 215 for the Unicorns, 193 in Mumbai, New York. It was an exciting game. And here, you had a low score in the first over. I mean, in the first innings, I'm like, wow, 144 may not get it done until Norkia says, "I'm taking a scalp in the third over." 20 for 1. And really, there's been the LBW call that should have been called for Netikovar, who's right now bowling. That could be 2 wickets. That should have been a wicket. So the bowling here for the Orcas seemed to be, not the Orcas, sorry, for Washington seems to be at the moment putting pressure on the Orcas. Another single. 2-dot balls from Netawaka. Again, Team USA mainstay, and happy to see so many USA players on the field, taking 73 wickets with Team USA, T20 and ODI, white ball bowler. Oh! So they get a single off of that. That was a bye. Well, it was a bye. I don't think he even got bat on it. But able to get a single on there after 2-dot balls. Yes, that's probably one of the best decisions I've heard for umpires call. Instead of just getting rid of it, change the margins, right? Change the parameters. If you get 2 out of 3, then you should get the call. It should be overturned. That way you're not totally getting rid of umpires call, but it rewards the bowlers. Because again, you're not rewarding them for clipping the stumps. That's what they're trying to do. Get past that defense. And more often than not, it's actually a rare occurrence when a ball, I've seen literally the wind knock over the stumps when it's too windy. All right, you could barely graze the stumps, and those the bails are going to fall off. So you're telling me that even if a ball partially hits a stump, those bails aren't going to fall off more often than not? Come on, get out of here. 52 likes. Thank you guys so much. 52 likes, much appreciated. Enjoying the stream and hoping for a more competitive game than obviously the first one I streamed, even though CSK all the way. I keep saying CSK. TSK, same thing. CSK, we know who owns what team. Interestingly enough, we got Mumbai, New York, right? We got LAKR, obviously Kolkata Knight Riders. We've got TSK, which is obviously Chennai Super Kings, CSK. But the remaining teams, what teams are they affiliated with? Do you guys know? Because I mean, is any team affiliated with like RCB or with any of the other IPL franchises? What is it? The Hyderabad Sunrisers and 22 for 1 over is over. Just on a single, 22 for 1, 4 overs in the books, and man, Washington making it look like they can keep that score. The current run rate is 5.5, guys, 5.5, and we're talking about through 4 overs. They need 123. Still can happen. Still early. So they said Sunrisers have one in South Africa. But of the other teams that we have here, the Orcas, does anybody know if the Orcas, I guess I could find that out online. The Orcas are affiliated with any of the teams from the IPL or the Unicorns, and some of these names, man. The Freedom. And dot ball there. Dot City. Yeah, the run rate is terrible. Announcers are talking about it right now. So there's 6 squads: Washington Freedy, LAKR, and oh, Misfield. Misfield. Is that gonna? Nope. Looks like they restricted it to 3. Misfield. I hate Misfield. So it looks like San Francisco Unicorns, co-founders of yep, they're not affiliated with a with the IPL team. Orcas. Let's see the Orcas in the ball. GMR group. Same thing. Nope. Ooh. Great ball. Marco Jansen. Very, very, very good ball there. And I mean, the Freedom bowling looks super strong. Cricket, we're going to baseball, okay. Regional basis, South Wales. Nope. Doesn't look like they're affiliated with any other IPL team. They're already operating on accuracy of 99%, which umpire's call kicks in. Oh, somebody had already answered it for me in the chat. There's like, nope, New York, Texas, and LA are the only ones. I had to double check. Appreciate that though. Nope, nope, nope. Go lay down. Ace the baby, go lay down. Dale Steyn, the legend there. Dale Steyn. What a shot. And he pulls that to the onside for 4. As my man Azja would say, pulls it for 4. And it is now 29 for 1 loss. What's up, Jack? Dibbly dobbly. Jack, unfortunately, I am not on StreamYard, my friend. I'm on YouTube, and we're streaming directly through there. I do not know how to even bring on another person on the stream. Nick and I were talking about it earlier. But thanks for joining us in the chat. Should have been, 29 for 2. Agreed. GMR are the co-owners of the Delhi Capital. Okay. I was going to say, I thought I heard of GMR somewhere. But thanks for joining us, Jack. Cricket in America, my friend. I mean, we've had USA Cricket, but now we've got Major League Cricket with a whole bunch of international players here. Some big names. And it's exciting. What do you think about the Ashes, Jack? I saw some of your reviews, and I'm worried, man. After Nathan Lyon's injury, Murphy does not look like he's up to the task of filling Nathan Lyon's shoes. Cameron Green needs to be in there. I know he's a little bit niggle, but you need him. No questions. You got to take wickets. Edge for... Oh, wow. Who fielded that? I thought that was going to go for a 4. Edge, but nobody was in the slips, and it goes for a 4. Well, no, it almost went for a 4, actually. Just so much control with his pace. Norkia. And that's a 4. Gets right through the defense. Cut away to the offside for 4. Kind of cover drive there. Wow, 2 boundaries off for Norkia in the over. Yeah, Nathan Lyon's injury was a big blow, but Murphy can do the job. Going to be tough, but Cummings needs to give him the confidence. Jack, another concern I have is how much bowling, Nick and I talked about in our review. Patty Cummings he's got to be spent, man. He's got to be spent. You know what I mean? And he accounted for how many wickets was it? Out of the 20 wickets, I think that they accounted for 17 of them. Well, no, out of the 17 wickets, Patty Cummings and it wasn't Mitchell. Was it Mitchell Marsh? Accounted for like 14 of the 17 wickets. Oh, look at that pace. 146. 91 miles an hour. Norkia is absolutely filthy. And a little bit of an expensive over. It was a cut shot, not a cover drive. There you go, cut shot. Yes, Ace. I know, buddy. Cummings picked 7 wickets. Mitchell Stark pitched 6 and 1, 5 in the second innings. So that's exactly. What's that? 13 out of the 17 wickets, 2 guys, and again, Mitchell Stark. We know his injury history. Patty Cummings been bowling a whole bunch. But I'll take your word for it that Murphy can do the job. Yeah, the Ashes is so close together. I think he'll be feeling the fatigue. But I think that Australia is still in a position to win. However, if they happen to lose this fourth test match, then it's a problem. Then I think the momentum is with England, and I think they could lose it. Gabe, we missed the rant about the West Indies World Cup qualifiers. Oh, it was there. Oh, it was there. Oh, I had to rant. It's embarrassing, honestly. It's embarrassing they didn't qualify for the World Cup, and it's honestly, I get it. You know what I mean? They performed so poorly, but West Indies was once a proud franchise and a very lauded franchise, and I feel like it's been downhill. And all our West Indies fans here can say, you guys have been fans way longer than I have. This is something has to change. Akil Hussain, 104 matches, 86 wickets. The West Indian all-rounder. So we restrict England's tail end, Lord Older, Sloggin, and stop losing silly wickets. To me, Moeen Ali and Joe Root, Martin Smith will show up. Basically, can't remember. We were 240 for 4. Come on, Akil, get some wickets. Yeah, he's a scalp taker for sure. Buddy. Ace, go lay down. Go. Oh, charges up the crease to take him on, but looks like it's only going to be a single. Now, in the 6 over, I mean, the run rate is ridiculously low, but they've got wickets in hand. So the question is, when are they going to try and take people on? Oh, is that taken? Oh, he tries to defend a little edge, and then he wasn't trying to do anything with that. He's just trying to chip it, edge it. You got to be kidding me. Wow. Hussain gets the wicket. Wow. And he just tries to defend it up in the air, and it is taken off just a little edge. That's a soft dismissal. That's a soft dismissal. Gone for 6, 36 for 2. And now, I mean, they still got wickets in hand, guys, but it's getting early late, as we like to say. It's getting early late. I mean, this has been an interesting match because it's so different from the first few matches where it was high scoring. At least that second match was scoring. Texas Super Kings scored a whole bunch. Can't say the same for LAKR. Oh, and there's a 6. Now he takes that to the short side. That looked like maybe what, 60, 70 meters, guys? That's the shortest boundary there. But nonetheless, it's still a 6. That does not get a Dominicano, by the way. Jack, I did not know that. Guys, you got to go follow my man Jack from the Dibbly Dobbly podcast. He has a dearth of knowledge when it comes to cricket. Some might say he's a cricket historian. And if he says it, especially when it comes to Australia, you better, you better put it on the board, as they say. That thing is guaranteed. Wow, Don Bradman met Babe Ruth. That's pretty cool. Two greats of their game. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Renil. Thank you, Renil. There's Jack's handle. Whoa! Marco Jansen. Marco Jansen. Yeah, Renil called it. Renil called it. She said another wicket, and this thing is going to get interesting. Somebody said earlier, 144 is defendable with this bowling. I just thought it was such a low score, depending on the first. But man, Marco Jansen, you got Moses Enriques. You still got Natagwekar has what? He's got 2 more overs. Oh my gosh, Norkia's got 2 more overs. This bowling lineup is really good. This team is actually built solidly. I think on paper, man, dare I say Washington may be one of the better squads. Of course, I am absolutely biased. I think it's TSK. Guys, who do you guys think has the best Major League Cricket lineup? Who has the best lineup? Imad Wasim. Man. And I mean, guys, this is not good. Not good. I mean, they still got Sherman Hitmeyer, but they're not bringing him in the 8th over. They're not bringing him in the 8th over. Oof. Imad Wasim, Pakistani player, all-rounder. I mean, he got himself some wickets earlier, but now they're going to need him to do something with the bat because this team right now is in trouble, guys. Bottom line. And did they take the single there? So far, guys, it's a wicket maiden. I don't want to jinx it. And there I jinxed it. But that's only a single. That's going to be a single. He's given up. He's gotten a wicket, 3-dot balls, and a single. And he hits that to what? Backward point back there? So that's cut back for a deep point, and wow. Commentators curse, I know, right? Neil says, for some reason, I want the Unicorns to win just because of the name. So they need 99 off of 72 balls. The problem is wickets in hand. They're already down 3 wickets. They cannot bring in Sherman Hitmeyer this early, as Renil knows he doesn't have the discipline. And the run rate is super low. So they have a lot going against them. Just a single. And are they going to take on Hussein here? I mean, middle overs. Current run rate is at 576. The required run rate is at 828. Oof. Hate that Hitmeyer guy. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Now that's a big boy shot. Dominicano. Oh. Anwar destroys that. That's got to be 80, 90 meters. Ooh. Ooh. And Anwar honestly is holding court right now. Ooh. Guys, 54 for 3. I mean, in the 8th over. Where is the match played in? Texas. They're in Texas right now, guys. So the first leg of the tour is in Texas, the opening games. Then it's going to North Carolina, then back to Texas for the finals, where you'll see me live streaming from the park. Well, not live streaming, I'll probably get kicked out. But I will come live and, holla at you guys, give you a live look in the stadium, all that good stuff. Matches being played. I just said Texas. Oh, am I following the Ashes? You know it. For in our time slot, it's in the morning while we're at school, and like I said, I'm teaching summer school currently through next week. But Nick and I will be excited to be able to stream an Ashes match once summer school is over. And I think this next Ashes series is huge because, and wow, that drops harmlessly. So that goes over point for two, but I thought that it was up in the air long enough for there to be a chance. So it looks like it's going to be a drinks breaks or a strategic timeout. Do I think England can come back 3-2? I said Australia needs to win this fourth match because if it gets to the fifth match, England's going to win. Patty Cummings has got to be exhausted already. Nathan Lyon is out, period. All right. Cameron Green already has a niggle, and we need him to bowl because we need his bat. You know, you can't have Mitchell Stark, sorry, and Patty Cummings taking 13 out of 17 wickets. They're doing all the heavy lifting, all the work, all the work. I mean, it's for some reason right now, Australia's bowling lineup just looks super thin. They really do. So I think that this next match of the Ashes is the biggest one because momentum is everything. And Australia needs to stop England's momentum. If not, I think England wins this match and then wins the series. But that's just my opinion. Hashtag yellow love. Sure. Love it. Old Trafford. Old Trafford. The question to me is, what is England going to do? I think Australia is out of options. I think Australia basically, if they can play and they need to, if they can play Cameron Green, he's going to play because they need him to take wickets. England fans and Australian fans, do you bring back Jimmy Anderson and Old Trafford? Do you leave off? I mean, Wokes, every time he plays in England, takes wickets. He can do it with the bat. He can do it with the ball. Do you leave off Wokes? There's no way you leave off the guy that got a fifer, right? So, I mean, I think England has some tough decisions to make, or do you bring back Jimmy Anderson and rest Stuart Broad? I think really England has way many more decisions and tough decisions to make. There's no way I sit Stuart Broad. I mean, not Stuart Broad. Sorry, Chris Wokes. I'm sorry, the guy's a winner, and I know that people give Nick a lot of crap about it, but he is. Bottom line is he is, and in my opinion, I don't think Wokes gets enough credit. And they're saying, oh, he's only an England product. He only bowls well in England. Fine, but he does it in England. All right, he may struggle overseas, but he does do it in England. So how do you not play this guy? How do you not play this guy? You know what I mean? And I think that it would be a mistake if they don't play him. But if they do play Wokes, then they're leaving somebody off. And I think there goes a bye down leg side, and that goes for a boundary. Oh my. The wicket keeper, batter. Wow, look at the turn on that ball. Holy crap. Guys, wow, the turn on that ball, that looked like it was a Rashid Khan delivery right there. But Where is it? Yeah, that's who. Yeah, yeah. I was just double checking. Mark Wood. He had a fifer. Yeah, I was just double checking because I was like, wait, he did get a fifer, right? Yeah, Mark Wood got a fifer. Are they going to drop Mark Wood? No. So I mean, I think that they have to either drop Stuart Broad, bring back Jimmy Anderson. I don't see them resting Jimmy Anderson again because that'll cause some controversy. I think uh, England's in a tough position. Chris Wokes may be dropped, and Nick will lose his mind. What are your thoughts? On our last cricket combos that Nick and I had, we talked about this and we mentioned David Warner's got to step up. He's just got to step up. He's had a rough series thus far. I think he will step up. I don't think he gets dropped. I don't think he gets dropped. I'd be shocked if he got dropped. Oh, please let this happen so Nick actually loses his mind. Renell, we will never hear the end of it. If Wokes gets dropped after taking 6 wickets and putting up 30, 40 runs, getting the winning runs, and along with Mark Wood, those are the guys that save the Ashes for England, and then they come back and drop them in the very next match, Nick will lose his mind. We may lose the Twitter handle. We may lose Instagram because I think he'll go on and attack, the Cricket English Board and the Brahmi Army and everyone else. Nick will lose it. He may use some choice words. I'd agree. It said I'd let Jimmy Anderson rest, keep the winning team on. But Jimmy Anderson, guys, he's a legend. And if you sit him back-to-back matches and rest him, there's going to be controversy. And that politics always has a place in sports. Let's just be real. Oh, quick. West Indies. Magic, stop it. Magic, that's not nice. Not okay. They won't drop Warner. Easy to say drop him, but who do they replace him with? Is Marcus Harris going to be a better job? No, Marcus Harris is going to do better job than Warner? No, absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. Warner won't be dropped. But it's not the batting that's going to hurt Australia, guys. It's the bowling. I think they need Cam Green to take wickets. You know what I mean? Mitchell Marsh can swing the bat, but will not take those wickets like a Cam Green does. He's more of a batting all rounder. Play them both if you need to, but you need to have Cam Green there because. And I know I'm only going off of one game with Murphy, but he just looked so tentative, and he didn't look to be threatening whatsoever. Right, the batsmen were not under pressure, and from at least what I saw, it was like wasted overs. I'm just like, no. Oh, yeah. Mitchell Marsh can take wickets, guys. I get it. But I think he's more of a bat first all rounder, where Cam Green, Cam Green could do both, right? He could be a bat or ball first all rounder. You need them both, honestly. You need them both. Okay. Because Mitchell Stark, as you guys know, often injured, and Patty Cummings is bowled a lot. A lot. He's going to be fatigued if this has to go to the 5th test match. He's going to be fatigued. And dug out for a 4, full toss. Now that was looks like it was a Yorker he missed, but it goes for a boundary, and now it's 72. Ahmad Wasim pumps him for 4, so it's super interesting. Broad is Warner's kryptonite 17 times. He's got him. Oh yeah, trust me, I know that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they drop Stuart Broad. Not at Old Trafford. No way. Oh, there was a chance for a wicket there. I don't think it's going to be a drop. It looked like it was a chance, but could not get to it. Oh my. So the last time the teams played, Old Trafford scored 211 and 82, and Australia won by 185 runs. Appreciate that, Sandeep. No, that's what I'm saying, Dibley. Like Australia has a chance to win here. They don't want to let it get to the 5th game. So let's hope that they're able to hold court and retain the Ashes in this 4th Test match. Oh, Steve Smith. Oh, Smudgy. I can't wait. So 71 off of 52 balls. 71 off of 52 balls. I mean, current run rate is at 6.5, 6.53. Required run rate is 819. Yeah, Steve Smith, and that's why he's my favorite batsman. He's so unorthodox with his batting, but it's just amazing what he's able to do. You know, I think I'm agreeing with you here. Kartik, they need some wickets because that a boundary? Yep, it's a boundary. Goes for 4, and quickly we're talking about, yeah, Steve Smith played his 100th test in the last test. That's amazing. Now we're at 79 with only 3 losses. Little sweep shot there for a boundary, and there's a shout. There's a shout, but ooh, are they going to challenge it? They're gonna. It looks like they're gonna challenge it. Interesting. Now that one, I don't think that it was LBW. And again, it's super hard, but they were pretty confident. They were pretty confident it was LBW. I thought it was pitching outside. So even if it missed the bat, which I couldn't even tell, I think it was not. It was pitching outside. I think when the New York Bronx comes in Premier League cricket, they better not lose, or Gabe will lose it. So yeah, fair delivery. I think TSK will win the cup. Oh, so it doesn't look like there's a bat involved. I thought it was pitching outside leg, but it might be in line, guys. Hits the pad. TSK versus New York final would be amazing. Was it pitching outside? Nope, just in line. Oh, so not out umpire's call, but it was a lot closer than I thought it was. Second loss challenge for the freedom, and the captain is just besides himself. Enriquez is like, really? What do we got to do to buy a wicket here? Yeah, just kissing the stumps. That one was a lot, it wasn't as close as the other one, but I thought it was pitching outside more than it was. It was right on line. Interesting. What's what's the USP of Gujarat Titans, Gabe? I don't even know what USP means. Hmm. So, hmm. So as a Punjab Kings fan, I want to know who's going to be our next coach. Can you tell me? Listen, absolutely not. I have no idea. So WW says that Australian cricket has invested into the Major League Cricket. Cricket Victoria and Cricket New South Wales, I think, have invested in Major League Cricket Victoria with San Francisco and New South Wales with Washington. Okay. So, I mean, it bodes well that you've got India with three of the IPL teams investing in Major League Cricket, and then you got Australia with the other two teams. I wonder who's that sixth team. So Mumbai, New York is would be India, as well as the Texas Super Kings and the LA Knight Riders, and then we're gonna have San Francisco and Washington. These two teams, well, actually Washington, this team here, and San Francisco, who played earlier, backed by Australian cricket. So I wonder who is backing the Orcas. Maybe an English team, or I should say, I know England or English is putting England is pushing the 100, right? But Orca. So 61 off 45 needed, and Anwar slowly. I mean, the guy is methodical. There looks like it's going to be a boundary, but no. Imad Wasim takes a single, 60 to win, 44 balls. I think that Washington is letting this game, you know, honestly, slip away from them. They just mentioned that Imad plays for the Karachi Kings. That's my boy Azjad's team. So a lot of experience. Also plays for the Jamaica Talawas. And let me see. The Seattle Orcas, our own investor group, including Satana. Oh, GMR Group. They are affiliated with. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned that GMR owns or is part owner of the Delhi Capitals. 13 overs, 87 for 3, chasing. What are they chasing right now? It's not far. Tomorrow's game, San Francisco Unicorns versus Seattle Orcas. The Orcas will play back-to-back matches. Another double hitter. And I mean, that's a way to open it, right? Great weekend. Open it up, get a lot of games there. England actually haven't beaten Australia at Old Trafford since 1981. So history is in our favor. Okay. Grand Prairie, state of Texas. Which honestly, they say Grand Prairie, but it's basically Dallas. It's a suburb of Dallas, right? Major city in Texas. It's a single. Oh, nicely played. Guys, this is not looking good. It's looking to actually be an exciting finish because I thought, honestly, that the Orcas were going to get blown out of the water. But, Anwar, oh, up in the air. And that is gone for 6. Gone for 6. Oh, my. What a bomb hit there. It wasn't quite a Dominicano. But, 77 meters. And, man, 49 needed off 38. Oh, my. It just got interesting. Oh, pulled out. And another situation. Back to back. Guys, I love it. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite occurrences in cricket. A guy takes a big wicket. The minute he gives up a 6. It happened earlier in this match. And you've seen it time and time again. Oh. He tried to come down on the track on him. And man, gone. It happened earlier. Who hit a 6 earlier? It was off of Norkia. Somebody hit a 6 earlier off of Norkia and then immediately goes down. And here comes Sherman Hitmeyer. Now, Hitmeyer, honestly, guys, could win this game. This is around the time that he comes in. Usually he's a finisher, but sometimes his discipline is just not there. And that's the question. Is his discipline going to be there? Was it Quentin DeCock? Yeah, early on, DeCock hits a 6, and then he the very next ball gets taken out by Norkia. So I mean, another one of those situations. We've seen it twice this game, and I absolutely love it. That's outstanding. Oh my gosh. And the countryman tying Hitmeyer's shoe, just a little bit of levity out there, some fun. Now the problem is here that they're bringing him in, and he struggles a little bit against spin, right? immediately is able to get off strike, but he does destroy Pacers, and this is the guy you wanted to death. This is the guy you wanted to death. Oh, Dr. Jihan says the Texas side is basically South Africa's B team. What? No, they're not. They're not. There's a few South Africans. I think this team has more South Africans. If I'm being honest, Norkia, South African, right? Well, no, Quentin the Cock is South African, but he's on the Washington side. Who has more South Africans? Klaassen. All right, and Texas Super Kings. Let's look at that squad for Texas Super Kings. Well, they got Faf du Plessis, South African. Miller, South African. Satner, South African. Imran Tahir is also South African, right? You may have a point there. But there are a lot of good South African players in the tournament, guys, which is again a good thing. They've got some Devin Conway, right? South African, but plays for New Zealand. Right. Interesting. Gabe, what are your thoughts on old man Ashwin taking another 10 for against the West Indies? Was it a 10 for? I thought it was a 12 for. That was 12 wickets. Direct hit there, but he was already safe. What are my thoughts? I don't know why India hates Ashwin. I don't. Ashwin gets left off of more India teams. I think it's honestly, we laugh about Chris Wokes getting left off the English team, but Ashwin's got what, 400 wickets, guys? Close to 500 wickets, and this guy, it's a question whether or not he makes the team. He gets left off all the time. I don't understand it. They hate them some Ashwin. They do. Nick and I cannot figure it out. Why do they hate Ashwin? Now Tavalka coming in, trying to do the job here at the end. Let's see what happens. Yeah, no, he took 12 wickets. It was a 12 for. Yeah, it was a 12 for. Just saying. Five in the first inning, and 7 in the second innings. Gosh. Thanks for that. CJ. What are you doing to me, man? What are you doing to me? Is it a rank? Is that what you want to see? Lofted. But it's a single. 100 in the, again, 15th over, chasing 45, got 32 balls. They've got the time. They've got the ball. The question's gonna be can the partnership survive until the death, because again, Hitmeyer can be undisciplined, but he can also give you 36 and 1 over. I mean, the guy's got a lot of power. He can be very destructive. So good running there for Imad. Takes 2 more. 25 off 26, close to 100 strike rate. And right now, he's doing exactly what he's got to do. 43 off 31. They're getting to the 15th over right now. And again, they'll be chasing minimum 43 runs, depending what happens on this last ball. That's doable. In 31 balls, guys, problem is 4 wickets down, and it's a very long tail, as they say. Notavolka, just another single there. So 103 for 4 and strategic timeout. So back into the chat. Peterson was South African, played for England, right? South Africa. That's why Kevin Peterson is anti-Australian. Also likes to stick a knife when England are playing badly. It's hilarious. A bit like Tony Gregg. It's been a bad pitch reading on their part. Played him in the first WTC when they shouldn't. Don't play him in this WTC when they should have. That's a good point. That's a good point. It's just interesting to me that he does get left off out so often. It's always so controversial. And Nick and I said, why do they hate this guy when he's obviously dominant? Mm. Yes, it is, Tony. It's turned into one of those last IPL um last innings finishes. And we're in the death. We make it to the death. And I'll take it. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm so glad that Texas Super Kings won the first match so handedly, but you don't want to win a match by 69 runs or 68 runs, whatever it was. You know, you want both sides to be competitive. You want fans in the seats to the very last ball. You want that excitement. So I would definitely say that uh, the next two or the last two matches have been much more competitive. And even now, I said 144. What are you kidding me? 144. They can't defend that. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, the cricket has been good. I again with the exception of what KKR managed to produce out there. And I'm not bashing KKR. Just so you guys know, IPL. Those of you that don't, I root for KKR. I'm a Super Cans fan, but I also root for KKR. Root for them as well in the Caribbean Premier League (CPL). So I mean, it's just you want competitive games, especially in a new league. You want competitive games because you want all the fans to be invested from every place. Norkia with his final over here. And Imad is able to get off strike and now Hitmeyer. And this is why you bring in a Hitmeyer. You know, Hitmeyer could easily turn around the pace of Norkia. He's got that power. The question is, will he be disciplined? We're gonna find out. Yeah, Norkia has pace. Hitmeyer, though, we've seen uh we've seen him in the past absolutely destroy Pacers. And I know that that's not Renil's favorite guy. Sorry, Renil. But the guy can produce. Cuts that away and looks like he's only going to take a single there. Interesting. Oh, oh, oh. Fans losing their minds. Love it. Love it. What's the dimension of a baseball ground? Oh, man, they all have different dimensions. Baseball is kind of like, it actually looks like a diamond. But honestly, not too different than the boundaries of this ground, only it's not, anything behind is home plate is foul territory, and there's not a lot of territory out there. But, center field usually about 400 feet or 120, 130 meters. The corners are usually about 330 to 350, which is, you know, right around 100 meters or so, 108, 105 meters, something like that. And you know, just a single there. Just a single, but Hitmeyer's now on strike again. Am I doing the right thing, right? Rotating the strike, taking the singles where they're there. He's being a really good partner. And Hitmeyer destroyed that ball, but it goes for a dop. Whoever stopped that, what a stop. Yeah, Pettit stops a boundary because Hitmeyer destroys this ball and he absolutely knocks that down. Wow, Dane Pitt, what a stop. Hats off to you, my friend. Couldn't catch it, but he basically knocks it down and keeps it to a dot ball. Oh, and Hitmeyer hits that ball. Looks like they just take a single. So 16 overs gone. 107 for 4. Listen, right now, guys, you're looking at a required run rate at 9.5. They need 38 runs on 24 balls, but I think that they're in a position. They're in a position to win this match. What do you guys think? I wish they had like they do with regular cricket, where they have the live by play-by-play meter of who they think is going to win. I don't know why ESPN Info doesn't have that for these matches. But if I would venture to say that it's got to be 60-40, probably 60-40. The WinWiz is it called? WinWiz? Whatever says, to be honest, this is one of the boring matches out of the 3 games played in Major League Cricket. It's a tie. You know what? I've seen games like this time after time again. And because they're batting slow, because there's a low total, you got to appreciate the bowling more. But if it gets to the death and we're talking about, oh, and that goes for Imad, takes that for a 6. He says, I can do that. And that goes for 6 runs, 70-30 now. And I mean, this is just classic. Hey, it's a low total. Let's take our time. We lost some early wickets. That went 80 meters or 79 meters. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Dane Pete knocks that down once again. But now Imad's able to get off strike and Hitmeyer's on strike. Now Hitmeyer again, he's been had by spinners. He has. I don't know if I'm Hitmeyer if I'm trying to take on this spinner. It's 21 off, 30 off 21. You can take singles. Dot ball. Little dot ball there. Oh, no way. Hitmeyer gets 2 on a ball that somehow evades his bat, hits his feet, goes past the stumps. So it's a bye, and now it's 28 off 19. Mm-hmm. And the good thing is that they're scoring on every ball for the Orcas. And 20 off 19. 28, excuse me, needed off 19. Or 27, sorry. Oh my, 27 runs needed. Guys, these close matches, somebody mentioned it earlier in the stream. It looks like this might come down to the last over kind of IPL matchups, and those are some of the most exciting. Those are some of the most exciting matches. Let's see what happens here. Again, you've got Wasim, 35 off 32, strike rate above 100. He's at 109, and he's just been the steady hand. He's just been the steady hand. Hitmeyer, 8 off 10, has not found his stroke. And, oh! Up in the air, Norkia. Oh, the drop! Oh my gosh! That could be the game. Oh my god, I can never even say this guy's name. The USA player, Netakavalkar, drops Sherman Hitmeyer. It was surely taken. He's camped out under. It's a sitter. It's Washington deserves to lose. That's the game right there. Washington deserves to lose. You cannot drop that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I mean, you can't make it up. 119 for 4, 26 off 16. And this kid just, and I mean, oh, he's a Team USA player. I don't want to berate his name, but I will. You cost your team. Oh, come on. 26 off 16, guys. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. If that's taken, that's the game. And that's going to be a single. Wow. Man, 3 balls left. Hitmeyer on strike. Now, Norkia did his job. And I'm sure that's in his mind. Wow. Guys, and I'm not even joking. If you're watching it live, I'm telling you guys, it was a sitter. It was a sitter. Here goes his next delivery for Norkia. And it is crushed. Wow, Phillips. What an absolute. He is fast. He might be the fastest outfielder I've seen. Glenn Phillips. Wow. I thought that was going to be a boundary for sure. As it is, they get 2 off of it. But a ball that's crushed by Hitmeyer, and Glenn Phillips is able to run, stop it, and now, wow. That could have been a game-saving, 2 runs. That could have been a game-saving fielding effort. Oh! Because Hitmeyer absolutely destroys the next one for 6. Oh, my! Oh, my! 17 off 13. And as I just said, this is not good. When you drop a guy like Hitmeyer, you cannot. Oh my. Yeah, there goes the required run rate for sure. Short side, probably only 75 meters, I'd say. Maybe 70 meters, but he destroyed that nonetheless. Run rate now down to 7.85. Oh my. And ooh, dot ball there. Norkia, nice bounce back. And it's 128 for 4. Oh my. The momentum is shifting indeed. Whatever says, if it's coming to the last 10 balls, then it's getting exciting. Well, it's exciting, my friend, because it's 17 off 12. Bad part is, I feel bad for the player. especially because he's a Team USA player. He's a great bowler. He's experienced. Uh, uh, but man, that's a huge drop. That's a huge drop right now. But he's coming to bowl. Can he get a wicket here? And oh, there goes a 4. Wow, there goes a 4. And he drops Hitmeyer and then immediately comes over and gives up a boundary. I mean, it's bad. It's all bad. You feel bad for Washington. The Orcas look like they got this game in hand. 13 needed off of 11. Wow. So now he's got to face Hitmeyer, the guy he just dropped. Not the Kavoker. Not the Kavoker. Let's see what he does here. Goes with the slower delivery, but Hitmeyer is such an experienced hitter. He went with the slow delivery. You saw Hitmeyer start and hold his hands back and then come through and crush it. Oh, man. He waited for it. Such a pro. Super pro. It was slow, and he's like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do to me here. So he just waited for it and destroyed it. Yeah, this game's over. This game's over. Wow. They'll take a single there. Again, 7 needed off of 8 balls. Man, South Africa right now, South African players, I should say, right now are on the screen. You got Quinton de Kock there. Quinton de Kock, who got dismissed early, to be honest. Had a quiet game. All right. All right. Ahmad Rasim on strike, and there goes another single. Wow. 6 runs needed off 7 balls. They can take singles. And honestly, I mean, it's too early to start talking about, man of the match. For the most part, it's tough. I know that the batting, even though you got 48 from Anwar, I mean, Wasim has really done such a good job of steadying the ship and establishing a partnership, I should say. Oh, great Yorker there. So 6 needed off 6. It doesn't get better than this, people. 6 off 6. Who's gonna bowl the last over? I reckon it's gonna be, who do we got? Marco Jansen, right? Norkia. It's got to be Jansen. It's got to be Jansen, and it's gonna be Jansen versus Hitmeyer, right? Because Imad couldn't dig it out, and he was on strike, so they'll rotate strike. So 6 off 6. I mean, this first ball is gonna say it all. Oh, no. Hitmeyer was on strike. So now it's they're rotating, so it's Imad that's gonna get it. So it is Marco Jansen, and man, he's huge. So tall. And whew, wow. So the last 5 overs, guys, 42 runs, you know, 0 wickets, and it's 6 off 6 right now. 43 partnership between Hitmeyer and Imad, and let's see what happens this first delivery. And they take a single. Take the single there. Hitmeyer on strike now. You need a something huge here, Marco Jansen. You need a wicket. Only way to put pressure on there. I mean, you could get a dot ball, and that would put pressure as well. But I think a wicket will be a lot of pressure. And 6 off 6. I mean, it don't get better than this. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. Here comes the delivery. Gone! Gone! Marco Jansen takes the wicket. This game isn't over. There goes Sherman Hitmeyer. He tries to get all 5 runs needed in one swing. You know, Renil's favorite player, and he gets bowled out. Marco Jansen gets him to bottom edge it right onto the stumps, and he is gone. Philip Cantelone says, let's go. This game just turned on its head, and I believe they're playing with the new rules here as well, which means that the new batsman has to go on strike. Let me know, guys, are they still playing by those new rules? If they are, you're talking about who's coming up. It's got to be they don't even have another all-rounder. It's a bowler. Oh my. This game just got interesting. And it is, yep, Shivman. I mean, he's a batting all-rounder. Shivman Rajani, excuse me. Wow. 5 needed off 4 balls. And Jansen, wow. First ball takes Marco Jansen for 4. So a single wins it. Flick of the wrist. 3 balls left off of 1. And he just flicks it. Whew. Oh. New batter on strike now after a change to the laws, playing conditions. So yeah, but I mean, 1 run needed on 3 balls. Guys, you can't make this up. What an exciting match. Hitmeyer getting bowled out. Can dare I say Renil's super I mean Renil's favorite word, super over. Oh, super over. And up in the air. Game over. Shubman Rajani, back-to-back boundaries. Orcas win by 5. And by 5 wickets. 148. 148 for 5. 2 balls to spare, guys. What a game. What a game. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this 3.5-hour stream, this third game of Major League Cricket season. Man, we saw it all. This game turned on its head a few times. I'm actually glad that Washington, I mean, I feel bad for Washington Freedom. You know, they put up a low total, and man, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's tough. I feel bad for Metavolkar because he plays for Team USA. He's getting a shot here on the big stage, and yeah, did not come through today. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for checking in. You guys already know the deal. When am I watching a game in the stadium? I am heading down there for the championship game. Tickets already purchased. But guys, thank you so much. Been a long stream. Appreciate everyone for watching. You guys already know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, that's 6 runs.